You know what? I should boom buff up my. Put your boons on your bar and shit over buff. I think I do this shit every time. I'll put some food here too while I'm here.
Thank you.
I think this is one of the coolest hammers in the game. Except for legendaries, of course.
Which one?
The one I put in squad chat.
Yeah, I mean it's just very thin. You know what I mean? At the head of it is very slim.
It looks
Well,
like those realistic Warhammers.
That's what I like it. Because all I can imagine with like the giant ass hammers is like just trying to swing it and you just have no ability to do anything because it's chunky
1
as fuck.
minute on this.
Alright, I gotta go to bed.
Bye, brother.
See ya.
Thanks.
Bye, Whiskey.
Bye.
Are you gonna be able to raid tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll do it.
Cool.
Alright,
And then reset. We're gonna support cool. Yep. Bye.
cool.
Bye.
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 If you get supply, come throw it at this, and then we flip the camp real quick.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And then we just leave when.
Oh yeah, they buffed some of the Vindicator melee skills for Greatsword. Could be cool if they make it so, like a full melee squad is like full melee Vindicator. That'd be kind of epic if it could work. But you have to
I guess if you
play
could
weirdly.
stealth open every time in the melee position, maybe you could, because you'd have to initiate with the bomb and make the downs so that you could snowball the rest of the melee bomb.
It's also
Otherwise,
weird.
they would turn off.
It's weird that they want to make range damage less viable to like boost melee right after they did the super speed nerf. Like they don't seem to go together.
Alright, it's not tomorrow.
I think you bring up an interesting point in that the nerfs and the changes seem to be very sporadic and seem to just kind of not hold much of a common ground, like you said. Like if you're trying to go melee, then why would you change this? Or it just seems like a spur of the thing. They're just going through it all because notice flamethrower scrapper didn't get fucking nerfed, right? Like that shit ridiculous. You can flamethrow through the door, right? You know what I mean? Like, how is that even a thing? Like, it's like one scrapper could hold off. Like, if you put like little things like that, it's just silly.
That's true. I keep seeing people on like the forums and the Reddit. Their problem with World v World balance is boon blobs, as they say. And like, I'm not so sure if that is necessarily the problem.
Sorry.
Well, it doesn't
like-
mean what they think it means because a boom bob can be broken, right? They have things called strip in the game, right?
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of people that play with low strips.
Well, it's not so much that. It may be load strips, but also you got to think about it like if you are tight and you're within my 450 range, right, of each other, like you're getting boons, right? You're getting the boons from the group if you're within close proximity with each other. It's just how it works because this is a skill stacking game. So people that complain about that is just because I'm complaining because other people can stack more boons on us and repeatedly stack the boons. Like that's how it is, right? Like be close to the tag and you get all the heals and the boons. That's how it works. Like even if it's not the tag, just staying close together, right? Rather than everybody playing individual builds. And then those people that cry the most, the people that are playing like individual roaming builds, right? They just can't block through them, or maybe that's what it is, right? Is there a raid tomorrow?
Like the Mac type.
Yes, there's a raid tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific. So whatever time that is for you, for reset plus 1.
What do you think causes the tendency towards like pirate ship shit?
Tendency towards pirate ship? Hesitancy by people. It's easier to, like if you're pirate shipping, it's like you're letting other people just push in their skills at range randomly. And there's not so much the focus hit, and then push. Like in between, pirate ship is like in between where you're just kind of floating a distance from each other, and then finally we're rocking it into like the middle.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess.
it's not as much control of the skills, right, in pirate ship.
Yeah.
Bye, Dave.
Bye. Yeah, like I've been with Alex before, and he's like been complaining about someone forcing him to play pirate ship. Because like every
Don't worry to get someone.
All the fucking soundboard over here.
Oh my. That spooked me.
Derp. Let me know if they come real quick. I have to.
Would you say super speed kind of enables the pirate ship stuff though? Because you can just like quickly get out of range of any
But
sort
it
of melee
enables the
push.
push, right? It just enables the push. It's more
It
of a
also
push
enables
comp,
you avoiding it, right?
right? But it still enables the push comp, right?
Are you
Okay.
freaking kidding me? We seem.
Let it go, let it go. I don't care if they can tear this up if they want it. Well, let's go do something else, dude. So that's 9 a.m. my time. What? 5 o'clock in the afternoon is 9 a.m. your time. What is that? Where do you
Yeah,
live?
I don't get that.
What's the time there right now?
What country are you in, Mark?
I think he's a Filipino.
Oh, does that work out for your time? Oh. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
it's a Filipino.
Damn, there's so many Filipinos that play in Guild Wars too. That's epic.
Yeah. They all came from Ragnarok.
No, I came from WoW. Then I switched to Star Wars and did a whole bunch of MMOs. Then came back.
Whoa, Wang. Oh, you don't have to feel so attacked. You don't have to prove anything to me. You cool?
Look at this guy, dude.
Damn, this guy's sus.
Alright, he saw Sisterhood of Zeta. That's all good.
But no, he's the.
I even played DC one, the DC Universe one, the one with the superheroes.
This kill ranger, dude. Oh, he's gonna be annoying. There he goes. Double bird. Did he lag out? Weird.
Oh my god, I was like, why am I doing no damage and I have none of my trinkets equipped?
See, like he just lagged out again. Like, where'd he go? There he goes. You shouldn't have that much stuff. That's weird. There you go.
Was he using longbow?
He's using the bird, but
No, a longbow. A longbow.
yeah,
has,
longbow has the stealth of the stealth 3, but he should have been on Courtney. Yeah, I mean, let's go get our champ back here before we kill everything.
Oh yeah, they nerfed Vindicator in PvP, but they left it alone in World v World.
Which is
is
funny,
kinda
but they didn't nerf the Untamed, right? So I thought that
Oh,
was
they
very
nerfed. They
interesting.
did. They nerfed the damage of Tail Swipe, which is a lot of
Oh.
the big burst.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Like that's basically the one shot combo. Is you fucking maul then Tail Swipe, and they just die.
Well,
Did
they
they
nerfed
nerf the spellbreak?
Tail swipe. No.
They
They
buffed.
hate Warrior, dude. They'll never give us anything.
They buffed
I mean,
both
I
of
feel
these skills.
tougher than before. I didn't die on the dive before. I was surprised.
Because you got good
Hey,
stuff.
Goldie.
Hey, oh, you on late?
Hello.
Hey!
Girl, you on late, sister. How was your Mother's Day, by the way?
Back here.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Was good. Was good.
Was good. Nice.
I am scrolling so hard.
You guys are way over there. I'm over here minstrel damaging with the veteran supervisor.
I tried.
I'm fucking pumping it up.
Yeah.
You went to
Minstrel
EVG?
power.
I kept seeing you in New Kining.
I was fishing earlier, yeah.
I
I was
know.
fishing and I wasn't really, I was just
derping?
Yeah, I'm
He
just
was
derping, just
efficient.
coming in here to derp, but I'm still like closed tag.
Well, I'll run a few minutes with you guys.
We're like in second. We're in last place. I mean, it's awesome. Like,
Are there any guild missions we can run?
We can run them again if you want.
what ones haven't we done?
We could do. Do we have the
Oh, it doesn't
sentry one? Didn't we?
We have a
Good
capture and
consent
hold
one
it
now.
camp. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hang on.
We're kind of maxed out on everything right now. But we're
Oh,
pretty
it's
much done
good
with the
for
guild,
those
so it's really just running the missions
accommodations.
to get accommodations.
Yeah.
I wish they would have
Yeah.
give something new for the fucking guild halls, man. What a
Waste.
wasted opportunity of a fucking arena net. That'd be my one gripe, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, they could have added so many other just silly things, right?
That's
Frivolous things. Gotta bail. Gotta go to work. Oh, brother, yeah. You
Nice crit.
true. Please.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. Have a great night. Thanks, brother.
Bye.
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 Bye. Have a great time. We'll see you later. That's so good. I want a soundboard now. Come on. Oh, dude, if I had a soundboard, it would be.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd be soundboarding dumb shit all the time.
Mojo Jojo laugh.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I would be everything JoJo says. Where'd you get these from? Straight off the internet?
Yeah.
Boy.
You need like Skeletor laugh, fucking He-Man and shit.
I love the
I love
Venom.
He-Man.
I love the Venom voice.
Venom Boys. I don't know what that is. What is that?
Really, let me find it.
Probably Vincent Price or something.
Right. I gave you permissions too, Mark, so you can see this channel, brother. Oh, you fucking
Can you put that in?
turd. What a turd. I'll put another one over here. Fine. We got time, dude. Tally got them fancy wings. I
That's
got
me.
those jade pot wings. I like those. They're nice.
Yeah. They actually are pretty nice.
Look at these guys, dude. They're trying to defend so hard. I'm with you, Goody. I'm a little bit behind you, but I'm coming to you. Don't die. Go to his side. Oh, he knocked you back. Dude. I got you. Don't worry. He can't have you.
What? Is Goody
What's
doing
that,
the
Dick?
Venom?
That was not me.
That was the Venom
Oh,
voice.
that's salty.
Mark's fucking.
That's the Venom voice.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
the
it's
Venom.
Venom voice.
Like salty.
He likes salty, yeah.
No.
You know, when he has having trouble with his internet
Right.
or
Oh,
whatever.
go down over here. Oh, shit. Oh, you so almost got me. Ooh.
Wait, where are
I need some
Oh,
bed
you're
strap.
right.
I'm gonna come my way.
Oh my goodness.
No,
Sorry.
There we go.
well,
Let's
maybe,
grab
it.
Gotta-
you know.
Dude, you kept me up, Goonie. That shit was dope, bro.
Like Vindicator's crazy
Yeah,
sustain.
okay.
Sorry, I was just gonna drink
Oh, you
paint to the
good?
wall.
I wasn't expecting the first time he to almost take me out. Oh, get him. Line behind him. I line behind him. Oh, I got him. Oh, he's dead. Oh,
I don't. Yeah.
yeah, bro. Res him. We're stomping him.
Oh, I didn't get my
I got
days
the
in
top
time.
off. Oh, yeah. Get the pony.
There's two
Oh,
rangers
no. You're
trying to kill the
down.
Katas.
Oh, my God. These people.
Where they at? I'm gonna port on them.
They're in the Katas. Two rangers.
I'm coming. I'm trying to
Here.
get there. I'm trying.
Oh my god, I'm so slow.
There we got people up.
What is this?
This cat guy here.
Give me this.
Oh. He's trying to disable back here too. This here.
Oh,
The tag is over here. Oh god.
sure. Why not? Oh, you
No.
dip and ape and boop boop.
It don't matter. Do this
Uh.
play with this all day long with these idiots, dude.
And they actually increased the damage of the spear thing to make it not
The
entirely
Vindicator?
useless.
Yeah, it does good damage. Just pulls people. Oh shit!
There's a thief lurking, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a cat way back here. I'm gonna get this wall down here. I see the thief. Got him. Oh, that scourge. Get that scourge. Yeah.
What a
Stomp that
dumbass.
dude. Stomp him.
Fall down.
Wall's down. Yep. Here we go.
Fall
Coming
down.
on in. Take us to the mattresses. Go. I don't think they come back. Goonie, you went inside. You're playing with your food over there. I see you. Don't die. You're good. You got him. You got him. I'll come right next to you. I help you. Help you.
What? What
he's
is happening?
He's in my symbol. I don't know what is going on.
I'm porting on him and then getting put back to where I am.
Huh.
That's
I'm not
lagging, I
weird.
He's lagging. He fucking lag switching. What a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm getting put in the opposite direction for where.
Look, and then this fucking idiot right here, Ellie, jumping on the back of us, dude. If he
He
comes
only for
running
his
back,
fucking ally.
he literally, what a fucking. I feel like he cheated there.
Oh, yeah, cheated me out of my well-deserved kill.
Right, because he was dying, so he fucking switched himself. I don't even think that. Is that a thing, really, though, in Guild Wars?
I don't know.
I mean, lag switching is a thing, but I just don't really get this fucking guy right here. This guy's got nothing. He got some friends coming though, so we gotta make it hot. Work the Lord 60.
That's honor.
Tiring.
Good choice, Sean. It's fine.
We're good here though.
There's Untamed, there's so much barrier, what the
They
fuck?
do. They have like they're silly, dude. Look at that guy. He like went all the way through, dude. What the fuck
Like-
is that?
I know they only have.
You want
I think
to
the
blow
only way they
up
get
your sorry.
barrier is from their
This other one, right? He's back. Our little fucking lag switching dude is back.
Okay,
Oh, he's
that
got
wasn't
fucking
weird at all.
stab. Annoying motherfucker.
This one away
Take
now,
the guy
behind
from
me.
this red group, like this red Ion player.
I think they might have nerfed the damage of Eternity's Requiem a teeny bit too much. Like just a wee bit too much.
Think so?
Yeah, it's like I feel like it could be balanced with a little bit more damage. But
Oh,
I don't know.
Sean.
It was definitely broken before when if you managed to get the taunt and then use it, it just one-shot people. Like that
I
was
mean,
broken.
one-shot skills are a lot of the one-shot skills need to be fucking taken down.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's too much. It's like, I know it's fun one-shotting people, but at the same time,
Yeah, how many marksmen are there really? I
Right.
mean, there are some
Exactly.
very well qualified marksmen. I'm sure you would know, but damn.
just seems
Yeah.
silly, right? We got to go back to the ruins and shit.
They ain't touch Ranger's like I guess
Longbow
Ranger
too.
doesn't have a one-shot kill. It has a
Longbow
it
too.
has a one-shot
Someone
combo.
too, right? I mean, but
Become
that's
then longbow too.
rapid fire. That's fine. Like, and some of that's
No, but I mean like if you
got a
have
second to
Sikkim,
reflect it. You got second. You got a chance to like
Yeah.
survive those kinds of one-shot builds. But some of the ones where you just, like you get rooted and then you just die.
it's
like
just, there's something so annoying about like you're fighting someone else, you've used all your stun breaks, and then suddenly a Sikkim Ranger comes, one wolf packs you and just deletes you because you can't break out of the knockback.
Yeah, I think it's really unfair that if you can't, the stun break can just kill you then.
Yeah.
GL or USM.
I would for an EBG.
EBG.
I would like to see things like.
On what?
The hell's that? Indicator?
Oh.
No. Is that a willback?
Oh yeah, I'm Vindicator. I'll switch when
No,
you
no,
fight
that's fine.
people.
Oh, we were getting attacked by something, but it was crate. I was like, oh.
We lose
That's all
our.
these.
There's not even a waypoint on our
Nope.
No.
No, we gotta do the run and
Yeah. Okay, you guys
here's
are there.
the south guy right here,
Don't go
dude.
too far.
Yeah, we're just playing
See
the
what I can
frog.
do. I know.
I think I saw
Find you.
Archon playing a
Oh,
sorry.
I'll take that
You're
one.
purple,
He's
right?
played,
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Look at that fucking barrier application.
how can we not? There we go.
Oh, you're there.
Get this guy, dude. Try to go up the hill, and he doesn't know how to get up the hill.
He got done.
Look at him, oh shit, all his skills right there. You see that? Okay. Not
Yeah.
gonna work.
Light.
buddy.
Why is he taking so little damage?
Imposter Manus. Okay.
He must have a bunch of toughness.
Well,
He's
that's
probably
like-
playing like Trailblazer, right? Condi, Trailblazer shit.
Ugh.
Huge toughness, tons of Condi. But
There she is.
Yeah, that's the build.
got people up, right? Damage over time.
Sure. Trailblazer Thief is the build I play when I'm high and I don't want to try.
Oh, no.
It's just like so easy.
Yeah.
See if we have any supplies in here.
Yeah.
I got slime.
I
Although I-
sadly have none.
Me too.
Hey,
I
my
don't
thing
have.
finally
Well, we don't
started
have time to go to
working
camp.
again. That's interesting.
I'll
Oh, we're just chilling.
here. I'll claim it first.
mean-
Well, not coin, but yeah, claim.
Where'd you guys go?
We're going to the camp.
We're gonna go
grabbing
to the camp,
supplies.
get supplies.
Okay, I got it. Okay. Let's see.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Oh, I guess I am out of. I must have put it in, so I'm out
Sort of like
almost.
What do you guys think the easiest roaming build is?
NG,
Ranger.
Is it?
Ranger,
How would you
NG.
configure?
Yeah,
Okay,
Ranger.
how would you configure? the
Or a
NG then
thief
for
if
roaming?
you're used to mobility
Nader.
skills.
Power Nader, fucking Scrapper. Just fucking throw nades on people. Super
Okay.
speed away, Elixir. You can have a ton of stun break.
That cleanse was
That's
used in this.
It requires you to use a lot of buttons though to survive.
Yeah, true. I mean, or you could do. I mean, but I mean, if you're just truly roaming, I mean,
Really? Someone's throwing.
Oh,
Don't
come on,
build that,
John.
Wayne.
I
Had a
put
catapult?
stem.
Ooh. Fucking
Paper
trolling.
one too.
Who
Who
is
is
trolling?
this?
We're not
This
even
guy.
a big party. Who the fuck did throw stuff?
Who's a fucking troll me?
The star guy.
Built it.
I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
put that.
Oh, he's turning the cat. Good job, awesome sword guy. Look at his name, awesome sword guy, and he's on a what is that? A harbinger? What is that?
I-
Vindicator?
Oh, it's
No,
a Vindicator.
He's on a vindicator. Awesome
Okay,
sword guy.
there's.
Let me look at how awesome his sword is. Oh, I can't see it 'cause he's using the cutter.
When he threw paper siege, dude, he was probably like.
My
Okay,
swords
this
are more
the
awesome.
other
Look at him.
ramp. Okay, never
He's got the
mind.
shotgun backpack. What else is that? Like, it's about all I see, right?
Uh, I don't know.
My sword is more. Oh.
Look at these swords. The glow. How sick is that?
That's pretty good. Which ones are those?
You get it. Shit, what's that thing where you he's got the same Vindicator sword though. You know that big hole in Divinity's Reach? Queen's Jubilee, that festival?
Oh yeah, yeah. Where you go up and fight the camps on the ramps and shit.
Yeah, you buy it with the currency for that.
Looks like we're getting our home BL back.
I don't really want to get a home BL back. Like,
Yeah, but
halfway,
someone's doing it though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're so could have just let him have it. Let him flip it all. Let him paper our shit all night, just to see what it would be like in the morning. Maybe we can actually stay in tier 2.
It's already morning for me, so I see already what's happening.
I'm not going for. I don't care about SMC. Let him have it, right?
Yeah, okay.
Because I mean, don't have the fucking runes. So let's go get the runes for our
Or gamer.
for gamer. Gamer's whispering to me in his dreams. I can hear it.
Oh my gosh.
Or
Hey man, is very valid. The runes are
It's a
very
bit-
valid.
Yeah, I know. It's just the way he
he
went.
But
goes
it's just-
on
it's just-
with that
it's just
crap.
one of those like.
Hey freak,
What?
Freak, we should get the runes.
Yeah, I know, right? Because
Yeah,
they make a
Rick,
big
did you
difference
get
to me
the
when I'm
runes?
fighting.
Good.
Like, not when I
Rick,
want.
did you get the ruins?
Oh, that meme in an old gamer.
I got the east one.
He's
the
not
north
that
one.
old. He's
What's his
name?
He might be. He sounds like he
Oh
sounds.
fuck! I died.
I know he's what he
I
sounds
died to
like.
fall
but he
damage.
told me how
See
old
the
he
word?
is, and I will not say, but I'll tell you he's younger than you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit! Somebody's
I
like
don't
trying
think
to get
cigarettes.
me.
Maybe he's a smoker then.
I was about to glide and forgot you can't really glide like that. You should just.
Yeah, I
There's
forgot.
some rat trying to kill me, and I'm down.
Oh, you're back on EBG. What red?
What? What? You
I
loud?
boarded.
Yeah.
I went to get the ruins. Remember we were memeing about the ruins?
Fucking tell me. Yeah, I know.
Cody's on delayed reaction over here.
I loved
Hey,
when
We're just fishing.
I loved
Well,
when we
technically, that's what you and I were doing.
I love
You
you
were
too,
fish-
Frank.
We were. It was like, hey man, those edibles are kicking in. It's late night. I understand.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, actually,
Like A couple of CBD eddies would fucking help you go to sleep.
well, what's funny, Gully, is actually I was in some really real, then decided to med. Found him in Kane City. I'm like, okay, I'm jumping on his boat if I can.
Yeah, how'd you get
I
into
wanna
the
just-
world?
Oh, because they were attacking our Gary and their
Yeah.
EBG keep, so I came for free content.
Where
Right?
are you?
We're in. We're just taking the ruins.
Here.
Oh,
Here,
you're
here.
Home BL.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're just taking.
that's fine.
The green tag is the one flipping
Oh,
all the
I
stuff.
see.
He's here.
I'll go over here.
I mean, I would whisper them and be like, "Don't stop, please, no." But
No, he's going
Don't
to do
listen,
it.
you know you
I'll do
won't.
it anyway, right? They get all
He
mad.
won't.
World. Okay,
Get all
we
the
gotta
hate
do
whispers
land
back.
climber since I'm in here.
Hey.
That should be easy enough.
Wait. He has the Naga Fang and the Vindicator's Great Sword.
Like, you can choose better swords, man.
Dude, and it's like, do you buy those swords at fucking Goodwill, bro? I mean, come on, man. That shit like hand me down, old ass shit. Oh, feel bad, man. Like, set him under gold, get him some fucking skins.
Oh my.
Oh, man,
I mean, come on, like, I mean,
Rare form freak.
fucking skins, man. This game is all about fashion wars. Is a thing.
Oh, it is. I'm just laughing.
Even I play fashion wars, right?
Yeah, you're scary.
Though I'm stuck in this fucking. Some of my fashions are bad, but
Okay,
A
what
Zephrite
the heck is
sword?
the difference
So epic.
between a regular cleanse and an advanced cleanse?
I have no idea, actually.
I don't either.
What?
It's
Advanced-
in DPS.
Yeah.
A regular cleanse and an advanced cleanse.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Oh.
I don't know. When I picked the stuff, I ended up picking what I think are it, unless it just says advanced, then it means cleanses. But I don't know. It's weird because Stella was like talking about numbers one day, this is like a month ago, and I'm looking at my numbers and I'm listening to her, and I'm like, these do not match. So then I thought maybe it was advanced cleanses. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
I was gonna get the J-Tech eyepiece helm.
I was just looking at it.
Just for my
What? Oh,
For my
you
scrapper.
use the sword?
I guess. I don't know.
The sword?
I don't know why I'd use
Yeah,
it
it's
for.
the featured
but-
item at the
Yeah,
moment.
piece. Yeah, I saw
Uh,
that.
The Tigress Griffin skin is kind of epic.
Yeah, but I just don't use my Griffin for
Well,
anything.
that's because you're not skilled enough to be in the ways of the Griffin.
I just don't use it. That could be true, but
Wow.
I just don't.
Let me guess, you use your sky scale everywhere.
Well,
Why
yeah,
not?
'cause I
I
don't
know the
PvE.
Griffin is faster, but
Griffin's only
Sky-
good for like
Where are we
derping
going?
in like
calming down.
Divinity's
Hey,
Reach.
where'd you go?
weird places, right?
He went back to
EBG.
EBG. He
I'm sorry.
didn't tell us.
I didn't ping. You're right.
I don't care about pinging. Just tell
Kensu's
me.
Tell us.
Yeah, it was just that one time. I did tell you last time.
That's true. You
Uh-uh.
did.
That's true. That's true.
I did tell you last
Yeah,
time. You just
last
listened.
time.
This time I was like, fuck it.
And the ruins. I guess I just wasn't thinking the ruins weren't on EVP, which of course they're not. But it's 2 in the morning. What do you want, buddy?
I know. I feel you. It's midnight. This is like ad hoc random shit that we're doing right now.
Yeah. You know.
Okay, we have to do land claimer. Which that's easy as anything, but it's a daily, so what the heck?
We just gotta
Oh,
find a
dude.
damn sentry that's usable.
Okay. Oh wait, did I crash? Oh, Bebop lagged out. Whoa.
Oh, I hear
Oh,
Bebop.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
it was
both
like the
playing.
music stopped for a second. Was that me?
I think it's
because
Discord.
Bebop's still on mine.
I hear.
I think
yeah,
it's Discord.
it's,
I think it's a Discord.
Weird. There
problem.
was like,
You,
yeah, maybe.
You what's it called? Rubber banded for a second.
Mm,
I feel like some of the new what's it called? Specialization in weapons and armor are so cool. Like,
there's so
I don't
many.
know. I don't know where I rate them. Like, I love the Vindicator sword.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot.
You mean like
a
just
lot
for
of
fashion wars, or
options.
just for like?
Oh yeah, for fashion wars, of course. Although it's kind of weird, the ascended version of the Harbinger pistol looks worse than the normal, in my opinion.
It's probably the guy that tried to get.
I don't know. That was like
me.
some of those
Oh,
weapon
revenge.
collection skins are pretty cool. Like for the characters, like you unlock the ascended weapon, right?
Yeah.
For those classes, and some of those are pretty cool. Like I saw was it the Harbinger one? That pistol is like pretty green and glowy, which is pretty cool.
It's so bulky though, I prefer the normal one.
Like,
I'm chasing the fucking annoying Condi Ranger again.
Who's the green tag?
oh, he's
Oh,
Role
no.
player. Role player.
I have no idea who the hell it is.
we should go to Dorios. Screw this, come on. I ain't playing with that dude.
Yeah, don't. It's fine. I just wondered who it was.
Honestly,
no,
I
we
got the
tried
plushie
earlier.
Griffin. After I got like the plushie Griffin or whatever, then I was just like,
Oh, I don't blame. That's a cool looking griffin.
I don't need it. I don't need any other.
Yeah.
I have so many
I
skins.
would
Oh,
like to
she's
get
so
that
I have
cute.
one.
skins that I don't even like use.
My
I
niece wants me
know.
to buy the flying unicorn one.
Oh, well,
Of course she does.
Yeah,
Unicorn.
it's My Little Pony. It's like
Yeah,
Right.
basically. I guess the champ's not up. They must have cleared it out.
Yeah.
She also wants me to buy the unicorn finisher.
Of course.
Well, that I can understand, but I mean,
That's a
if-
cool finisher. I have it. Yeah.
yeah, that was a must have.
wait, which finisher?
The unicorn one.
unicorn.
Unicorn.
Oh, yeah.
Just to like, because you knew it would just piss off all the incel fucking brogans, and I just
yeah.
fucking love that shit. I just
Oh,
love knowing
man.
that. Yeah, I just love knowing that they're raging over it, right? So it makes me fucking happy.
The
Gotta get
the
that
legendary unicorn boat is so annoying as you're just getting pew-pewed by it.
Sure.
Oh
And
the
yeah, I hate
noise.
that one.
It's like, oh, the unicorn finish is fine, but
That's towards here,
the
but not-
annoying noise of that one. Whew.
Oh shit! This thing is trebbing. What's going on here?
up.
They're capturing
trebbing
SM. What the fuck is this?
I
All right,
don't
let's see how what this was
know.
at.
I don't know why.
70.
Oh no. Puppies.
I love this song.
Oh, we're taking us.
Like Sly and the Family
Yes.
Stones.
Oh.
I was trying to think of the name. I mean, it's a remix
You've
of
already been spotted.
Spotted and cannoned. I mean, I
We've
don't really
been
want to
spotted.
take this. I really want to take this. But
Ooh.
it's a lot of points. It keeps red ahead, but it's like living
As
under
well.
the fantasy that they're gonna, in some way, that we're gonna like fall out of first place or something. Yeah.
Oh, are we in first?
No, I think we're locked in to go up most probably.
Yes, we are.
I just don't see it. Like,
That rar. Is it rar?
well, it's not. It's just the OC. Like we're heavy OCX C in compared to these two servers,
Yeah.
and then with EU, they're heavy in others, but they flip flop. Whereas we just stay
A minute.
Like-
Helping.
consistently in that second spot almost.
Oh, you want this, guns? Here, you can have it.
Fucking spot. How does that?
I don't have any
Oh.
supply. I guess I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
One
Oh.
more hit.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll take out. I'm just gonna take down the center wall. Screw it. No, thank you. I'm good.
Let's see, we got 64 in squad, it says, supply, so let's find out.
Well, get on my nerves, fine. I'll go inside. You gotta chase me if you want. Kill me. I am not drunk enough for that. I ate a furry. I got
Oh
some
no,
free
we
music.
built like
What?
each of these rams halfway. Oh no.
Give me a minute.
Oh, Wang and Tally coming with the supply to save everybody. Build the
No,
one on the
it's
left
just
first.
Tally.
That's what I'm gonna
Just
do.
build the one on the left
Here
first.
we go.
Oh, thank you
Guys.
for bringing supply. You almost made me look like a
You're
complete fool.
welcome.
Like, I knew I should have thrown the siege one at a time.
Someone please match a splice, match a splice, match a slice.
Anybody? Magic, 86%.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
should
very
grab
good.
One
some
person just
stuff.
ride for Overwatch, or not Overwatch, Quentin or something.
I'm going for it.
Bring just like 2 of you, 1 or 2. That's it.
Oh. Excuse
Ooh,
me. Are you
sugar. Oh,
Gonna, he
fucking
just got sugarmatized.
sugar just got fucking chopped up, right?
Oh, thank you. I wanted to come back this way. I'll just
Nice. Get unicorns.
Get
You
unicorn.
sure you don't want to hear it? Oh, what? Where's the hole in SMC? I don't know. I think it might have been rebuilt since then.
Oh yeah, Dorio's side. That's right. I'll invite Ultima.
Please. Build, Tony, come on. Be our magical splice. Yay! Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was playing Revenant with the hammer for like a solid day before I realized that the main, like the auto, isn't a melee skill, but it's actually ranged. Because I would like get right up in the face of someone,
Right,
not like
that's
someone,
fine.
but in a mob, and just like hit them. I think that was a very embarrassing moment on my behalf.
I mean, there's a lot to this game, right? And there's so many people that just have such a depth of knowledge in it. On so many
And I
levels.
I
there's
only
so many
found out about
characters. Sorry,
combo.
go ahead. Combo.
I
What?
only found out about combo fields like a year ago.
Oh shit! Yeah. I mean, and that's a huge part of the. It's a huge part of the game, right? It's a massive, like, identifying combo fields and playing the right things and doing blasting, etc., etc. Is
But
fucking
that's
such
like-
a. This guy, dude, he's so
I'm good.
fucking bad, dude.
You never
Not
really
a
need it
pony
in
for ya.
PvE though.
Yeah.
Nice.
It wasn't
but
until-
I mean, you can like. True, you could just beast them down with your skills, right? That's true.
Yeah. It wasn't until I started playing PvP where I was like, oh, combo fields, that's what they do.
I'm back. Can I get an invite to squad?
Yes, of course.
I got him.
Thanks.
Yeah. Got him.
I've been had.
Been had. How was your drive?
I wasn't driving anywhere. I realized my indexers weren't working, so I had to fix it.
Your what?
Indexers for Flex.
I don't
I,
know.
I wanted to watch that Spy X whatever, and a few other things. Spy X Family. And then I went to automatically add it, and then it wasn't working. And I was like, why is it not working? Then I realized the indexers were broken.
Out of date,
So-
broken. Sugar is trying to do his derp shit again. Here he goes. He's so bad. Oh, I got him on my line. Do you see that shit? Oh,
I
fucking,
know what?
fucking Merrick's gonna beast him, dude. Merrick just beasted. Not that. Not that.
I'm just autoing.
Shit, I get to use my signature on somebody. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm so excited.
How did this close? Oh, they upgraded. That is
Kill a
ridiculous.
guard. Kill a guard or something. We're taking it right now. They're not.
drinks
I don't
up
think he's
already.
It
gonna make
just
it in time.
upgraded in my face. Come on.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
What are the damn chances of that?
Oh, yes.
Did it upgrade to tier 2 right where we were doing it?
Literally,
Did you
as I
want
was
that?
walking into, and the door shut on me again after we just opened it.
Did you want that claim? This
Oh,
claim?
I don't care. I don't care.
Okay, because I kind of took it
Oh.
off Bravo.
Oh,
Sorry.
we have claim. Where were we? At Bravos? That's fine. Bravos is
Yeah.
tier 3. We can put a different something else on Bravos.
I'll do it. Because
You
I'm
got a
gonna
different
pick it
guild?
anyways. Yeah.
Okay.
No, right. Goonie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry for stopping the COVID talk yesterday. We were in open, so I didn't think it was nice for to keep. I think we would have lost a few people if we kept talking
No, no,
about.
no.
We're gonna be very
Very fair.
careful with that, right? That's
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
Of
5
course,
million
of course.
people have died across the world related to something like that. That's you know what I mean.
Is it 5 million now? I thought it was more.
I'll look it up.
No, but either way, like it's touched the lives of many people in a negative, in such a negative way. You have to be very careful, because you know,
Some
like
of
if I had
them
lost
are
a family
in our
member to
guild.
that,
Some
if I'd
of
lost
them are free.
in our guild,
So
exactly,
6.26 mil.
I know someone in the
Right.
guild who lost.
but we've lost
a
people
of a loved one.
permanently damaged,
Oh.
like people's
So-
lives. So,
Sad.
So,
um,
yeah.
So,
So
stuff
we
rates.
we were talking about COVID stuff a few weeks ago, and
oh, here we go. Some green. Let's go this way.
yeah,
No,
a
that's
lot
fair,
of
that's fair.
people left Kong. So yeah, I just
Yeah.
stopped it. So, sorry.
Well,
Very-
true, and it was a bit
Yeah,
heated, and there was a bit of
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
I
it
stopped.
was
drinking
someone,
going on, and some commentary that was a bit.
Oh god. If you have like
Where's my
someone
hand
who's
streamer?
It's okay. It's okay. We just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Holy
there they fucking are. Get him.
Get
Get him. Get him.
Running. We're just gonna go to the. I guess we go to Wild Creek. Come on, we go Wild Creek. They didn't want to play. We go get. Was this supply in SMC? It's up to 6 million. I know, and a million in
No.
America. We got
I mean,
America #1, right?
we're almost about to hit a mil. We're like 900 and something. Then we'll be a
or
mil
more
soon.
than that. There's been
Yeah.
miscountings and
Oh,
overcounting.
Yeah, I don't
There's a
think
lot of
anyone
stuff that's-
really knows one way or the other.
Well,
You got people
I-
like Ron Death Santos that
Six-
just like hiding the count.
Mhm.
I'll say
And then you
6
have other
mil.
people- Then there's false positives. I mean, it's on
Yeah.
both
You know,
sides.
a
both
pandemic is always going to be a little bit edgy.
I-
Right?
ways. Yeah.
There's
6
going to be those that,
Well,
Reporting,
6
you
mil
know,
is a lot.
one way or the other. Yep.
yeah.
I might have forgot to pick up supply. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
We got a lot of locals here. We got a lot of locals. Here.
How I look at it, 6 mil is a lot of dust, but it could have been so much worse if we didn't take action when we did.
True, true. RNA.
Oh,
if they
yeah.
hadn't been able to develop that technique that was revolutionary in its development, the
Oh, friend.
RNMA or
Oh, yeah.
something like that. I'm not
RNMA.
maybe
Yep.
something like
That's
that. And that's like you know what I mean, like a lot of science, a lot of big science behind that, which I have no fucking clue.
Get
about,
Loser,
but,
we're going.
you know.
Stop. Get
But you could just. It was weird. It was just weird to see how people span up that whole thing, right?
Yeah.
From it being like the crowning accomplishment to the last president's administration was the development of that vaccine, to people on the far right and left decrying it as some sort of poison you're putting in your body. But
For a second, I thought you were saying the last president, like ever, and I'm like, Jesus, what do you know that I don't?
Question.
Yeah.
just the last administration, right? I don't want to make it all super negative or.
Yeah.
But like, there's also, you know, I don't want to get into it, but there's people in our guild who's lost close family members and people to.
Yeah,
that's fair.
that's what Goldie
To
just
things
said.
and-
Whoever
right,
lost
so,
them, that's
yeah.
so sad.
I'm not
sorry.
saying it was me. I'm just saying,
It's not my
you know,
place to.
I know
Yeah, it's not my place to. I
Oh, of
know
course.
you're talking to.
someone
And there's
shared
probably more. There's a
it.
lot
I
more
know
than just
I
one,
identified them.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Probably. I just happen
So-
to know of someone who shared it with me.
Yeah, I have a friend in India, and she told me that I think 4 of her immediate family died.
Yeah, India. Well, yeah. See,
Yeah.
it's a country of fucking billion people. I mean,
Yeah.
fuck.
And
That shit's
and they've got
no
a
joke.
fascist in charge that doesn't particularly care.
Well, they have they have a health system, but the rural is all spread out. There's mass amounts of poverty. There's
Yeah.
huge wealth
Also
type
the
stuff.
density. the population density in their major cities.
Still
also.
so
In their major
bad.
cities,
I
their
think
population
that's-
density is huge, right? So transmission is
Yeah.
like almost unavoidable to a certain extent. Right? Same thing with
At
China.
the same
like
time, the
electronic
government didn't
measures.
do much.
They-
It's like, ooh, pull my headphones out.
That actually, I just thought of something that makes me feel sad. About a year ago in June, that tower fell, that damn condo fell. Speaking about devs, yeah.
Tower fell. In
The
Florida?
Champagne, the Champagne.
Oh yeah, that was
condo.
sad. Like that fucking.
Yeah, it's like about a year ago. I'm thinking.
Anybody
"God,
fucking
about that."
anybody gonna deal with that because that building was.
Oh, I don't know.
Anybody facing
I-
consequences?
I
Lots of people
haven't
died,
heard.
right? I mean,
Wait, which building?
I don't, oh, the
an
Champagne
apartment.
South. No, it's condo. It was a Champagne South Tower, and everything. It was in God, I don't remember the damn city, but it was a year ago.
like it was like a sinkhole pretty much opened up underneath its foundations and had
Oh,
its foundations had been like fucking collapsing
If it-
for a while, and it
yeah,
just fucking like
and
went.
it finally where the pool area was, where the cars were parked under,
Right.
just and there was no
But
securement for the
Florida's-
towers.
Florida
Yeah.
has really like its ground is very like susceptible to fucking
Yeah, that's
like
true.
collapse and stuff. It's very like fucking.
Yeah, America's got some serious infrastructure problems.
Just
Well,
a bit.
I mean, it's just aging. It's not really. I mean, so does Australia. I mean, a lot of the nations have. It's just that a lot of
Yeah,
the
ours
projects
also.
that were completed
Yeah.
were completed after, like, say, World War II, right? When a lot of
Well, I mean,
like a lot of expansions and buildings.
The reason
stuff
America
together.
has a specific problem that we don't is like in the maintenance and the funding for maintenance.
Oh, you guys pay
So, like-
taxes? Yes. Well, what's
Our
the
taxes
different
actually,
thing?
like our taxes get used to do things for people.
We do too. Do we build missiles that provide freedom?
Oh yes, true.
That's why we have a defense budget that's so huge, because it's
Yes.
so much freedom that we supply.
And increases every single
Get me
year.
started.
I
I'm a
once
fucking
again
product of that
have
system.
forgotten to pick up
Yeah.
supply. I'm sorry.
Get this vote player just keeps dying in the back, dude.
Well, that's his fault.
He's it's
Oh.
a new tune, so he's trying to
Well,
Oh.
he
Right,
fucking
learn
that
to
makes
play it.
sense.
I
doing the
think.
pooch over here.
I keep forgetting to grab supplies, so I
Oh
guess.
man, we don't have
Maybe.
fucking shit. We have zero supply in the camp. Let's go to the camp. No, just
Going. Hey.
I learned
yeah.
about something interesting today that our government did, where
kept
Someone
exporting coal.
pardon?
Of course.
What's the largest? One of the largest mineral exports for Australia is coal.
I think so.
Oh yeah,
So when
Our
we talk about
economy is
climate
pretty weird.
change, yeah, we talk about climate, like affecting climate industrial stuff. It's like y'all got to stop exporting that coal, right?
that's true. But our government,
What?
our prime minister one time
Oh,
brought a piece of
alright,
coal
that's-
into parliament to show it to the opposition to tell them to not be afraid of coal. So he's not particularly worried.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like our last Goomba in office was like talking about clean coal, right? How you scrub it, you know? I mean, scrub it clean and shit.
I'm
Type
aware. I've seen that
mentality.
clip.
It's like
Wait, you can
the
scrub
cleanest
coal?
coal. You clean as coal. Like it's just the memes, right?
You
He
can
doesn't
scrub
understand what clean coal is,
Uh,
and like clean coal isn't clean, but it's
Clean
just
coal
a
isn't
buzzword.
clean. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's not clean.
Industrial buzzword, all right? Because
But
there's
he,
fucking
like-
nothing clean about it.
He thought it
Right.
was literally they take it with a brush and fucking clean it.
Well, he's a fucking genius, all right? So you be careful.
True.
American fucking genius right there.
He's only genius in the same. No, I'm not gonna say that. What other?
Can't prove it because he can't release any records where he actually says like he got an A or something, right?
True.
Most people, that's just so funny. Is that you can look up like people's grades for other these people release all kinds of shit to the public while they run public office. So it's interesting that somebody's like, no, I'm still this, but I can offer you no proof.
My favorite Trump fact is that he used to keep a The only book he kept in his bedside cabinet was a book of Hitler's speeches.
Yeah. Well, that's because him and Bannon, very popular, the founding populist movement of the fascism, populist fascism in the 1920s, right? The late 18th century, late 19th century, early 20th century was very popular fascism, populist movements and stuff, but also the rise of fascism. A lot of like was a big thing. So
Yeah. I think Trump is a. Please tell me when to
disease,
stop
dude.
talking about politics, because I would just continuously
it's
talk
alright,
about
it's
it.
Oh, it's okay. We're
No, we don't
close
care.
now.
Let's
We're in
go now.
private
Yeah, we're
talk,
closed. We're private.
Yeah.
It's like,
Trump, I
whatever.
feel like Trump is a good example for why the scholarly definition of fascism is wrong. Because, like, he fits most of the
It's
most of the
capto-fascism.
criteria.
It's not. It's not. It's modern day neo-fascism. It's like ethno nationalism. There's a lot of it. You can't just use such a basic term as fascism. It's like saying all socialistic type of concepts is communism. It's like it's really, like pretty stupid thing to say, right? Anybody that's of any sort of intellect be like, socialism is not communism, and socialism is not democratic socialism, and it's like
I
this
get you.
variance, right? Fascism in and of itself is the same way, right?
That's true, but I like to think of fascism more as like people talk about it like a system, but I think totalitarianism is more the system, whereas fascism is like primarily
I think totalitarianism is the
style of
vessel in
rhetoric.
which it follows.
It's
right?
ideology.
Right.
an
It's
Yeah,
just a
it's
vessel
like
that you fill with it. So
It's like a style of rhetoric combined with an ideology. It's very weird.
Where
Well, I
are you
mean,
quoted?
one of the underpinnings of democratic and modern peace and these like developing nations is freedom of the press to a certain extent, even though like freedom of press means something different to me than say somebody in Australia, because you have regulators, right? So does
And
Britain
where we have
has
70% of the press owned by one person.
Well, I mean that's just,
Daddy Rupert.
yeah, Daddy Rupert is himself. Him and Roger Ailes kind of
Shit
fuck the world, right? I'm glad that
Well-
shitbag's dead.
England, Australia, and America, at least.
Well, and France. Don't knock. France is a major
Oh, really?
French-speaking part of the world. Very much so, right?
Oh.
Where do you think the fucking Statue of Liberty came from? Right?
Oh,
Ah,
not
yeah,
that,
yeah,
not
yeah,
really
yeah.
that it's a part of the world, that it's and I didn't realize Rupert Murdoch had any effect there.
Oh well, no. Sorry, talking about Rupert Murdoch. Yeah, no, I don't think he owns Le Monde or
Oh, okay.
anything like that. No.
Yeah.
France is. I was just saying France is like a major part of the Western world, right? Like
Yeah, of course.
not just English-speaking nations.
Every time
Germany.
someone talks about the Western world, I like to make this a really annoying point of why is South America generally not considered Western?
It's not.
It's not
One-
considered it, but why is it not?
Because it's Southern Hemisphere and it was all. None of it
Australia's-
was
I moved.
true, but you're become a colonial speaking nation.
Oh,
There's no
you're
reason
way
for
the
it
hell
not to.
over
Maybe it's part of NATO concept, right? Because you're part of NATO.
Yeah,
Well,
I
but
had
that
AFK
points-
for a minute.
That points to the idea that the West is kind of a construction of the Cold War in order to justify NATO's defense of the West. Sorry,
Well-
I'm being real postmodernist right now.
NATO in of itself is a defensive organization, right? There's no offensive. Well, each nation has its own offensive capabilities, of course, but it's a pact. True, but it's a defensive pact, right?
Yeah. But it's still
Because Article
It
2
does-
has only
Oh
ever
my
been
God.
breached one time,
Instinct.
right? And that was after 9/11, and the United States was the ones that called it
what?
into question, right? And that led
Yeah.
to the global war on terror, which drew NATO forces from all over the world
Well,
into the Middle East and into Afghanistan.
go okay for a minute. I'm kind of lost, but kind of caught up at the same time. How does that one work?
like NATO. It is a defensive alliance, but there is more. Like there's an element of offense to it, of course. Like in that, like you got the whole defensive offense thing where it's like we're defending you by invading and stuff.
Well, I
fu-
mean, you do combine maneuvers for integration of different of the military. So we have military integration among our forces, but it also breeds a nation esprit de corps, right? Like I like Aussies, I don't like Australians. Why? Because
Wait,
us
what?
Aussies and
The fuck you say?
right? But like,
How dare you?
but like,
Okay.
Russians, I fucking can't stand. Why? Because their military is a fucking joke, and the Soviet Pact is the thing, right? It's what is it?
Uh-huh.
Empire by force, right? And so that's kind of what's going on right now, right? Is empire by force. Russia's invasion of Georgia, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the stuff going in Azerbaijan. It's all empire by force because they want to make his own. It's all of it's economic based, right? They'll never. I don't think, unless Ukraine kicks off into an actual world war, which I completely doubt. The nations of the world, because people want money and businesses to flow, and people don't want war, but they want the economy that comes with it.
I don't know if
Understand?
people don't want war. The American public were pretty fucking G'd up for Afghanistan and Iraq.
Not really. I wouldn't say G'd up, but then after 9/11, yeah, right? Because of what happened. The whole world was G'd up for it, right?
Well, I'd
Because
say
you have
they-
it. There's no doubt about it, right? And I mean, Afghanistan is a thing, right? The Russians had invaded before that and failed. Right? The history of that, the CIA's involvement in that. But you used to be able to get it right. I think it's a war on. Now it's like war on Islam in some cases.
Yep.
But
It's
I
a
would
war
say
on the
it's
bad
more on-
people.
not necessarily Islam, but Islamic states. You know, like we've battled with Iran, but then it's not. But there's many in America that carry that brand of fiery messianic type of Christianity that's fucking like bamboozle far right.
I'm gonna drop a spicy take. I think the war. That was a silly thing to say. I think it's only officially a war on Islam. In reality, it's just an excuse to make money. Because if you really cared about fundamental Islam, then the US would have invaded Saudi Arabia long ago.
Yeah, but the House of Saud and the UK have had an alliance for a long time.
I know, that's part of my point. It's just about what are I guess it's yours, and we in Australia are along for the ride. The geostrategic interests are in the region, and there's the way they try to sell it to the public, like through racism.
Well, I mean, the pillars of Islam are actually very reasonable, and the religion of itself is, it's the extremist concept that has become mainstream nowadays. That is the problem. There's nothing inherently wrong with Islam in of itself.
Yeah, of course not.
There's some of the viewpoints that you could take to, like apostates and all this kind of stuff when kicking people out of religion. And their views on that can be a bit extreme because they're not inclusive, but like that's something that you could discuss ultimately. But the extreme violence and killing of others is,
I feel like there's a much better argument that kind of stuff is emblematic of the state and like society it comes from, less the religion.
It's a state, but Islamism has become a problem. If you look at, there's a guy, a Turkish guy. He was president, prime minister.
Erdogan?
Before
Hey,
with
that's
Erdogan
good.
before that. His name
Hi,
was
Dave.
Gulen, and he was a co-ruler
Uh-huh.
with Erdogan. And then Erdogan is himself an Islamist, and
Wait, is
Gulen-
Erdogan officially an Islamist now?
yeah, he is. Yeah, he always has been. Always has been.
I thought he was more secular.
No. He's very much strong in an Islamist and his group, but Gulen taught a moderate version of Islam that was very sort of like how to like integrate with the Western concepts, right? To kind of ease that. That was seen as like not looked upon well, right? And of
Yeah,
course,
I know.
it led
And
to
also the fact that
purge.
he's an asset for the CIA.
Well, I don't think he's not an asset for the CIA. He
Seems
he's
to be
he's a resident
have a
of the
friendly
United
relationship.
States.
seems
He
to at
lives
least
in
have a
Pennsylvania,
friendly.
for fuck's sake, dude. I mean, he doesn't live in Turkey. He's exiled in fucking because if Erdogan would like to kill him, right? So it's not like he's a CIA asset. You're like show timing. you're like being all showy with your verbiage, but it's completely fucking misinformation. Alright.
I mean, I know there's a lot of I know the what's it called? Like Americans talk about the deep state, and they're usually when an American says the deep state, they're stupid. But in Turkey, it's like a very real thing. That's basically just the military-industrial complex.
A deep
Actually,
state is like, but there's in that case, there's deep state in every country, right? It's just
No, but in Turkey, it's like it's got an actual structure as opposed to just like Republicans finding out about capitalism existing.
no.
Really, there was a bunch of trials in Turkey a while ago.
Ago that show
That's right,
like
but it's not necessarily. I wouldn't say it's, and I wouldn't even put it remotely close to. I wouldn't put it even remotely close in the same
Too many
ballpark
trials.
as fucking that, right? It would be like what's going on in there is like complete authoritarianism, right? It's complete fucking totalitarianism. They just fucking
yeah.
taking over the courts, like fucking impugning people, throwing them on jail. Your followers like fucking like taken to the streets to stop your like. You have to realize like Turkey was always been a part of NATO, right? Since after it joined, right after World II. But the thing that kept it part of in the Western thing is that its military closely integrated with NATO military, right? There's a lot of like combined exercises of NATO nations in Turkey, a lot of these things, right? And so when Turkey would like the people of Turkey would go crazy, right, and fucking like get too crazy, the military would always coup and fucking overthrow it and fucking bring in a different form of government, and that was always the case until Erdogan. And then when it became that time to fucking join, and like he would have been overthrown, what had happened? He fucking quelled it, right, and stayed in power in fucking draconic measures. So, whatever.
I heard a lot of people
Fuck Turkey,
thinking
right?
that
Well,
coup
fuck
was
Erdogan.
Turkish people. Fine.
And if you want to know his views as far as you say he was secular, if he was secular in any sort, he would have kept Hajj Sophia as a fucking museum, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't.
Instead, he very much made Hajj Sophia, turns it back into a mosque, which is funny because originally it was a fucking Christian cathedral.
I know he's lent into the Islamism nowadays, but I just thought that towards the start he was more secular as opposed and was like opposed to the Islamists. But I'm not really too familiar.
Hi, Coffee.
I think he speaks out of the side of his mouth very.
Yeah. He's just an authoritarian. They do what they'd have to.
Yeah, he'll do whatever and it looks just like he's one of those people, right? I know better, right? Like talk about his financial policies, right? Like I'm going to do this, and all the people, the economists were like, no, that's going to be bad. And look at the inflation in Turkey, and then the lira and all that stuff. It's like bad stuff. Or was it? Does he care? No.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, of
Yeah,
course.
fuck, dude. He's a piece of shit, dude.
I just
what
find
he's got from Turkey is a disaster. I feel sorry for the Turkish people.
he's a good case study. I feel.
I think him and
For
Putin are both good case
authoritarianism.
studies.
I feel like
Assad, and Putin, and some
Putin is
strong men.
very interesting, though. Like, obviously he's a piece of shit, but his specific political system is very interesting to analyze because there's not really anything else like it. It's like it can't really be called
No, we don't want
fascist,
to do
even though it's got some of the hallmarks of it.
I mean, Russia. Oh man.
Yeah, like
He-
it's
He very
mafia
much. He very much true, but it's like a modern day Romanov Empire, right? It's a modern day, like post-Soviet fucking empire of like henchmen and capped off with this like weird post like communist fucking like old people, right? That like sort of vie for like view the idea of what the USSR used to be as some sort of like nostalgia when it was like fucking hot garbage economy.
Even
and
though
the
they
5-year
were-
plan failed and communism was a disaster.
even though they're in no way communists, they just like the
Stalin.
power they had. Oh yeah, Stalin. But I mean, like the people now that were alive during the Soviet Union that look back on it fondly, usually seem it's not. They're probably not
They're often in
communists.
positions of power, right?
Yeah.
That's the only point. You know, it's like nostalgia, but then the actual bread lines, the empty shells. You know what I mean? Was that from Western sanctions, or was that like, you know what I mean? Because
Well, I mean, they were in the military probably, so they
look what
probably
happened
didn't
to
have deal with
Afghanistan. We pulled out of Afghanistan, and the Taliban took over. They sanctioned and pretty much froze all the assets that all the Afghanis had put in Western banks. Are they the assets of the Taliban? No. That's the fucking lifetime savings of fucking people in Afghanistan that will not be able to like access it. Like it's such just twisted. Everything's twisted, right?
Yeah, it's very silly. Not really a good way to
Abandon them. Like those people are fucking starving, dude. They don't fucking deserve that, dude. But at the same
Yeah.
time, they support the Taliban takeover. So at the same time, you got to be like, it's up to like not necessarily if NGOs aren't going to step in because they can't. It's up to small.
But they only support the
Privately
Taliban
funded charities.
takeover because
Whatever,
like,
dude. The Taliban
all
just
of
said
the
like
other-
now all women need to fucking put the hijab back on, right? The fucking burqa back on and do their shit. And
Well, I mean, I'd argue
It's-
people only really support the Taliban because, like, the US bombs the shit out of them, so they view the Taliban as defenders, even though
Well,
they're
not so much
terrible,
that, but
terrible people.
They've been the fighters, right? For 20 years, they've been styling themselves as these freedom fighters. Now, the question is, can they become a ruling group with the best interest of the nation at heart, and not just some sort of like crazy psycho post-terrorist group, right?
Yeah.
Depends, right? I mean, the Talibs I met are fucking, well, like some of them were college kids and fucking like they had no problem with the U.S. They had problems with people within that country that were supporting Western ideals, right? They didn't really care about like us per se. They just wanted. They knew that one day we would be gone, right?
Yeah, US is never gonna stay there forever.
Well, Western nations will always be involved in Afghanistan. Why? Because it is so rich in untapped mineral resources, right?
Yeah.
Huge copper deposits, massive lithium deposits, all these types of things all the gems and all the fucking like just so much stuff, dude. And plus all the opium, right? It's just and cannabis and everything else is just fucking insane. So the West will always be involved whether it's illicit.
Yeah, well, that's what I
You
kind
gotta
of meant
remember
earlier.
back in the imperial days, right? Like think about look at Hong Kong. Hong Kong was a way station in the Golden Triad, right? Which was the Golden Triad was the tea from India traded to China for opium, traded to Macau for gold, right? And that was the ultimate triangle of fucking shit for the Western nation and that was like British trading companies and shit, right? Fucking people doing these types of things.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't just go away because you just make it illegal or, things change.
Well, that's the kind of thing I mean, where it's like you've got the justification of like fighting terrorism, but then you've got the real reasons for invading and real reasons that the US is interested or the West is interested in these areas.
Well, I mean, very much stabilizing factors. I mean, I can't speak to complete foreign policy type of stuff, right? It's a huge conversation. It can't just be summarized in such small verbiage.
Yeah. Yeah, IR stuff
It'll be
really
a thing.
hurts my
It'll be a
brain.
thing. It'll be a thing because I know Afghanis that fucking love Western shit. They love cricket, right? You want to see Afghani kids love cricket. They're insane for fucking cricket, right? They're insane. They go insanely crazy for volleyball, right? But the Talib think that sports is a fucking vanity that shouldn't be there, right? They famously use cricket pitches as fucking execution sites, right? So how does that work in the modern world? Because those people and those parents and those kids, they want their children to be fucking play cricket. Fucking Afghanistan qualified for the World fucking Cup, for fuck's sake, right? It's a very talented. They should have a voice, right? Women in work, right? Women have been making steps and bounds, and now they've suddenly lost everything. right?
I mean, there's
It's not
probably going to
just-
be a civil war, like realistically. Those
I
kind of
think
tensions
it's still
just
going
can't.
because you also have huge division among Shiites and Sunni in a way that's they can't fucking get past. So you got like pretty much secular warfare, and then
Like the U.S. served as a like a common enemy, and like as we see throughout history, when that common enemy leaves, the coalitions failed to fight it, kind of fall apart.
but then there's what they call ISIS-K, right? And
Oh, yeah.
So, and that in of itself, they recently like blew up a mosque with like fucking hundreds of people killed, right? 100 worshippers fucking killed, right? Suicide bomber in a fucking mosque during Eid. So I mean, like, that's their own
Great
people
way to
killing
build
their own
yourself some
people.
support.
They're not going to build themselves support, right? They don't,
Yeah,
they
I
don't
know.
care. It's all about warlords. It's very much Afghanistan is like insane tribalism, right? And grift on a scale that you can hardly fathom the level of grift, i.e., the scamming and the fucking. It's about what I can get from my people and my family and my clan.
Well, because there's
Right.
no really coherent sense of nationalism, because it's a nation just. It's the same as like a lot of nations where they were built.
There's a lot of. I take that. I disagree. I think there's very much. There's very much a national pride in Afghanistan. Very much Afghani versus say they would never identify as Pakistani, right? They differentiate through ethnic groupings like Pashto, Urzu,
Yeah, well,
and other types of groupings, right? But they don't.
I mean,
I'm
That
just
is
saying they're very
true.
proud of their nation, right? Like they have a lot of pride in like the throwing the Russians out, the Mujahideen, the history of Afghanistan, the beautiful gardens of Kandahar back in the day, right? Of
Very true.
all these types of places and things that were a thing. Like when the Beatles visited in the fucking 60s, right? Like it was a fucking
Beatles
thing.
visited?
Yeah, dude, there were a lot of American tourism used to go. All the hippies used to go fucking Afghanistan in the 60s and 70s. It was fucking huge business. It was huge business. Beautiful. And the women never wore burqas. And there was never an issue with fucking like silly Islamic shit, right? It just wasn't a thing. They just people just walked around like But then of course with the people's awakening and people's revolution in Islam in Iran, and how that kind of perpetuated like this rise of sort of like theocratic Islamic states, right? Run by priests, imams and shit like that, right?
Some of the states or like the places I most want to visit just have terrible fucking governments. Like I would love to go to Central Asia. Ooh, 84.
Go-
Oh, yes, we have 84 supplies.
yeah, 84 supply. We come back.
Like I would love to visit the land of Saudi Arabia, but I don't really want to support
Why?
the Saudi
You
government.
like fucking the desert?
Yeah,
Talking about
there's a
fucking
lot of
desert,
there's a
dude.
lot of the history of
sand,
the
bro.
of the Islamic Empire is fascinating. There'd be some amazing cultural sites there, but it's Saudi government, and I don't really want to give them money.
Right, and then when you get on that airplane, they say, "Oh, you know what? We found this in your bag. Fucking, welcome to
Yeah.
20 years of welcome to 20 years of prison. No
I
court."
think I would like morally be okay to visit Iran because it's like not as bad as Saudi Arabia. Because like I'd make sure to try to like give as like my uncle and auntie are they like do travel blogging, and they know like all these good places to go where you can like give back to the community, and you're not like you get what I mean? Like I don't want to
Guess.
give money to the government, but I like the people shouldn't have to suffer due to what their government is like.
Well, I mean, kind of agree, but also I kind of don't agree. Look at all these people. They're already firing fucking mortars. We haven't got even got up there yet. Trying to zero in his shot, dude.
We have about
I don't have a trap.
we have about like the same amount of followers as we have people in the squad.
Let's go green side. Fuck red, dude. That keeps the disaster to take. Go flip all the green shit. I'm gonna call it.
Sweet. This fucking catalyst is just following us constantly. What is wrong with them?
I
They just
don't
keep
know.
dying. I think they just want to see how good they are at running away, and the answer is pretty bad.
Oh, these are still here.
Oh.
Use these. You're not on diamond yet? No. Oh, I still got tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm only on silver chest, so we got I'm
What?
almost there. I'm almost
Where
there,
you
man.
been?
Damn.
Just
Where you been?
kidding. I'm actually almost done with platinum.
I was gonna say, dude. When you hear like the last couple nights,
Yeah, I was.
I make sure I give you participation.
I know, damn, dude. I'll go wait in the tower for you. No problem.
Shit. A huge
They're
fighter.
over here.
Hey man, a good scout call is worth its weight in gold.
The British are coming. The British are coming.
Right, exactly. Into the valley, road to 500. Or whatever it is. Charge the light brigade. Speaking of fucking Central Asian fucking disasters by Western powers.
It still confuses me that, well, not confuses me, but it's so weird to think of how America got its like start as a nation by rebelling from the British. It's just so random compared to how they are today. I know, like, it's not weird for you guys because you're taught about it in school just like constantly, but I don't know, it's random.
Funnily enough, I learned when I first learned about it. I was actually in school, boarding school in the UK, so I learned it from a British perspective, right? So it was more like one colony like rebelled, and it was like, well, we have a third of the world, we don't care, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't marshal all the forces of the empire to fight the Americans. But I mean, there's a lot more depth to it, right? Because you can't just simply say that shit. But
Where were you in at boarding school? Like, what area of England? Or Britain?
I spent some time in a couple of different places. One in West Sussex, and one out in Somerset.
Okay. I don't think I've ever been to either of those places.
Very close to, where the Glastonbury. Have you heard of a place called the Glastonbury Festival?
I have indeed.
It is so it's the largest outdoor music festival in Europe. It's fucking amazing. It's in a small
Oh, boy.
town called Pilton. It's a village of Pilton, just close to Glastonbury, which is famous for the tour. It's all-
Still following us.
Last
Who's that
time-
fucking Oromancer?
I know Glastonbury, old mate
It's now
Stormzy
Weaver.
called Boris Johnson a
Man,
cunt
the
there,
car
basically.
wheels going green again.
Hey, Boris Johnson is a cunt. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? That guy's like a muppet, dude. Fucking,
Yeah.
what a joke, dude.
He's
That
like
guy
Trump if
should-
he was a little bit smarter.
Uh,
He's not like, it doesn't take much to be smarter than Trump, but he still manages to be it.
but I don't remember. Like Boris Johnson's like, he might be like conservative elitist type thing, but he wasn't like he's not a huge mega millionaire that's living a life of fucking like and being groomed by foreign nations for fucking dumb
He
shit,
is
right?
He's definitely a posh boy though.
Well, I think they're all
Motherfucker went
posh
to
boys,
Oxford.
right? Well,
Yeah.
that doesn't say much, right? I got buddies that went to Eton. That doesn't mean anything.
I saw a really funny comparison. The conservatives in America pretend to be like working class. Like Tucker Carlson is very much like,
Right. They very
posh
much try
boy.
to like get in with the working class American.
Yeah.
That's very true.
but the British just don't. Like they're just like, the poor can take it. They will suffer what they must. It's
Well,
like,
I mean,
damn.
the Labour Party suffers without a doubt. Just build these three and
Well,
see if we can get in.
Poor
From,
Corbyn.
like, they suffered from
got
well,
pillared.
they got called for their heavy use of anti-Semitism, right? Rightfully so.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I won't say anything. I won't say
The
anything.
National Front. Look at Marie Le Pen in France, right?
Yeah.
While she still lost quite a huge matter, but her voting bloc has increased more so. And Marie Le Pen's father is a very well-known fucking racist, right? Fascist racist. That started the National Front, which came to Britain in the late 70s, and more from the National Front. Of course, Britain was very threw it out, and then it became the British National Party, which is the BNP, which now became the UK Independent Party, which is UKIP, which Nigel Farage became a part of, right? So it's all like,
Man with the
It's
most
very-
punchable face in the world.
yeah, fuck that dude. What a fucking, that guy's terrible. But like, that's the problem, is that it's easy because it was like ISIS unleashed a wave of fucking refugees on Europe, and people are like are the most xenophobic fucking fucking people you could ever fucking believe, right? People say the dumbest shit. They're
Yeah.
afraid of like they're gonna take our jobs, or we're gonna like dilute our society, or something, like white people are gonna fucking suffer or something. Like, that's such bullshit. Right.
I mean, it
It's the
provides
same-
a useful, when you have no like policies that will benefit the average person, it provides a useful way to get people to vote for you. And it's being a racist piece of shit.
Well, fear will always, like, watch the cannons, please. Let's get these cannons before we do too much, right? But fear mongering will always, like, pander to somebody's fears. The easiest way to fucking get people to kind of group up. Happened after 9/11, right? There was a lot of fucking like hysteria. Look at all the things that triggered fucking wars, right? Often like crazy shit.
The one
Yeah.
defender lighted out.
You gotta remember, I don't remember what life was like before 9/11.
Right, at least you forget, right? And that's the thing. At least somebody threw up, right?
All I,
At least people forget what it used to be like. How quickly the son of the Filipino dictator, right? That was brutal. Becomes
We're
a
going
fucking
to that again.
right. But I'm just saying, like, but that just shows, right, the whitewashing of. Just to say, it's happening all over the world. Not to bring Bonbon into it too much, but like, it's an issue, right? Maybe he'll turn out to be the nicest fucking, like, forward-minded fucking new gen person for Philippines. Maybe.
the Philippines have a
Maybe-
president.
Yes.
Like it's a presidential system. Okay.
Yep.
This might just be cope, but my opinion is that Australia cannot fall to authoritarianism because we have a parliamentary system. That's an opinion I really hope I don't have to revise, but I very much.
I mean, as long as young people can easily throw eggs on fucking shitheads, right? And deal with it, right? And everybody's like, fuck yeah, stupid cunt, he deserved it, right? And as long as people are still backing that, then it'll be fine. But as soon as you fucking arrest that kid's family, throw him in jail, and fucking like demonize that action, right? And destroy that, then yeah, that'll be the end of Australia. But Australia won't. Because why? Because it was a fucking penal colony, and they know better, right? Because they've had a life of no liberty, and ancestors of no liberty. They've committed genocide on the Aboriginals. They're dealing with these after effects. I feel Australia is very forward-thinking, but it also suffers from the new brand of conservatism. Right? Look at the person that shot up the mosque in New Zealand. Where did he come from? Where was he radicalized? Oh yeah, Australia, right? He went to New Zealand to kill that person, but he was radicalized in his viewpoints of xenophobic hatred and all these kinds of bullshit came from fucking Australia, from the far right in Australia. So I wouldn't
There's also,
whitewash your
like,
own shit too much, right?
He
Your shit
he
stinks
comes-
too.
It definitely does. But like he's a good example of the whole alt-right pipeline, and he was very much radicalized on the internet.
Very much
The
so.
problem is like places like Australia and basically anywhere has a culture that doesn't really challenge those ideas too much. But
Right. And that's it. Like, you know, cultures that don't challenge these ideas, where when you have an opposing idea, rather than find a common ground and maybe alter your opinion a little bit, a lot of people these days try to change the facts to suit their needs. And that in of itself is like the problem, because a fact is a fact. And you can dispute it, but some people nobody wants to be on the wrong side anymore. Right? You know what I mean? It's like, well, I might be wrong, but I'm going to change it to where I'm not wrong, so that I can say, aha, look at me, my facts are still good. Right? Rather than lose an argument and just be like proven wrong.
I'd be a little cautious about resting too much on a cultural like analysis though of how these things happen, because a lot of it's like factors that are outside of culture. So like the reason I think Australia is more safe from authoritarianism is because the whole like the way our system is constructed, where our executive and legislature are very much combined almost. And I would say that the separation of powers that the US has almost makes it so that you can it makes it more susceptible to authoritarianism. Like I know America's taught that the separation of powers they have is very good, but I think there's some problems with it. Federalism's pretty dope though.
Well, I mean, we are the United States of America, so it's like there's a lot of all the states coming in together. Yeah, I
Are
feel
you not
safe
enjoying the
joining us.
political conversation? Come on, bro.
Oh, it's kind of boring. We're not really making much headway.
My favorite fun fact about America's federal system is that it was modeled on a Native American federation.
Very much so.
Which is pretty cool.
Iroquois nation, yeah.
Hell yeah.
There was, yeah. America has to deal with its own stuff. We're still young. So is Australia. So the experiment continues. But I do agree in the fact that I think the parliamentary system, in of itself, the way like you elect and integrate with your MPs and have these types of things, might make it less susceptible for, say, maybe authoritarian takeover. But
Yeah.
I think the religious
Also-
right will do it in a quiet. You know, you'll do it silently.
It's
Has done
bad.
it silently. Rupert Murdoch in the media. Still, the failure of Australians to deal with the Aboriginal question.
Oh yeah, it's just not
Nobody
even
talked
talked
about
about
it.
in
Not even
politics.
talked about. Not even talked about.
I haven't
Right.
heard a single person in this. Like we're in an
Uh,
election cycle right now. We're gonna have an election in 12 days. No party is talking about it. Even our most left-wing party just doesn't mention it. I think their policy platform indicates they're for reparations in some degree, but they don't talk about it because it's not popular. Because just straight up, no one gives a fuck, which is really sad.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's a
Very sad.
It's a very sad situation, right? The history of that, how you deal with that. But like, when you look at New Zealand, how well they've dealt with it, but it's also the difference of the first and second Maori wars.
Yeah, it was a war, not a genocide, which enabled different
Well,
conditions.
it's New Zealand of itself and the way where it is, the climate and the way that how difficult it is, and
Yeah.
like all the islands makes it a lot harder compared to say like what happened with the Aboriginals and how they're exploited, because like most of your population of course lives on the coast, right? And so
Yeah, of course. I think it's more than 90% live on the coast.
right, well it's the same in the United States. Most of our population lives in fucking on the seaboards, western and eastern seaboard, right, in the south, along the coast in Florida.
Australia is actually like quite a segregated country. Something I've only recently realized. I don't know how it compares to the US though. I know. I
We
remember. I remember when I went to the US. I was like 14, and there was something I noticed. I was like, I was in New York and DC, and I noticed that every single person working a service job was black, and every single person I saw wearing a suit was white. And I've never really had that same kind of view of my own country, mostly because like our black people live in the desert, very far away from the city, and we have very
I
different.
think you've definitely. Well, you got to realize, yeah, it's a deeper conversation. There's so many levels. And,
That is true.
it's getting into the like. There's so many pillars to it. Racism is not just verbal tirades and some like keeping black people or color people out of certain types of positions, or treading on races per se. But there's like, you know what redlining is, and there's all these, and so there's a lot of like for the loans and things that happen in California, Proposition 32, that was like kept there so people couldn't like move and stop limiting the housing to for Chicano and Latino folks and other types of like, restricting urban boundaries and
Immigration
growth. And, yeah, and it is a problem, right? There is like institutional racism, structural racism, judicial racism, and they are an issue, right? If you look around and see what things are named after, right? These are small forms of institutional racism. Like my university named buildings after people that gave large donations, but they all turned out to be fucking KKK members, right? So they're starting to change the names of these buildings as you realize that, you know. And as far as reparations, like, there's so many people that are like, it's hard to do, and how do you prove it, and all this types of stuff. And there's an interesting, a good example of this is record keeping, obviously, but Georgetown University, the Jesuits, before the foundation of the university, they founded it, had bought and owned slaves, these Jesuit priests, and kept them on top. And very Christian of them, of course, right? But they worked the tobacco and the cotton or whatever they were doing. And, but they weren't. They were losing. They weren't. It was like costing too much, right? They weren't making enough money back off the issue of the investment. So what did they do? They sold their slaves to at an auction in Missouri, and of course kept all the receipts like good little Christians, boys do. And so that's how they were able to trace this back. And so they used that money from selling of the slaves that they had to found their. We own this. To found their university, which later became Georgetown, right? Makes millions and millions of dollars, right? So that is a pure form of pure example of why reparations could well be done, right? Because they're the living descendant of those slaves are found genetically, right? And so you know, and these people. So this is like, it is a thing if it can be talked about and discussed with common sense and patience and understanding. We could get there. Problem is that there's so many people that just they see that as they call it like white guilt, right? Like from whatever reason.
It's not guilt; it's justice.
Guilt. Well, but how do you get justice, right? We have an institute after with Jim Crow and the mass disproportion of incarceration of minorities. How do we talk about that, right? How do you begin to make amendments? I mean, my answer to that is slowly and one piece at a time. Right? Invest in your people. But these terms get thrown back at you as like, you know, almost like communist, right? Like, how dare
very communist, of course.
Right. Well, that's just the trope, right? It's like nowadays it's
giving money.
That whole thing with Disney, right, and grooming. They're like groomers and Kinon and all this crazy. Everyone just, if you disagree, it has to be something crazy, right? Yeah. To justify your stance. The person just can't be like, oh, nice pull. But until we actually make those things, we'll stay divisive because some states will force the vote to where people make it easier for people to vote, and some states will make it harder. And that's really the only thing you can really do is vote. There is no violence. It's not an option in America. Why? Because we've all got guns.
Yep.
Right? It's not
An American Civil War would be the end of America.
It is. Well, the first Civil War that we had, not Revolutionary War, but the Civil War.
It killed like a million people, right?
Yeah, the bloodiest fucking thing you could ever imagine. So if a second one kicked off with modern stuff, which it won't, never will, ever. Right, because there is no militia, right? There is only the National Guard. There's militia in Ohio, but actual real militia, that's your National Guard, right? So we're going this way.
Well, you got the like right wingers militia, but they're gonna just get fucking
there's
stomped.
lots of militias. There's lots of militias, but they're not actual they were put away, posse comitatus, to stop these freaking. We can't have like active duty military operating inside the United States, right? They use the posse comitatus to stop that, right? You have to senatorial approval. All right, so I did a mission. I can talk about it. It's not like thing. I did a mission in conjunction with Department of Homeland Security along the border with my unit in a pre-train up, but also to help deal with the cartel and some of the issues that were going on along the southern border, and we were there to, do recon, various types of things. Interdict if we had to. We had limited, strict rules of escalation of force and how we could fucking interact with that. But we had to get senatorial approval from the government in order to go down there, right? We had a strict couldn't pursue if somebody say we did say there was somebody breaking into the country and we caught them, we could not pursue them, right, beyond so many miles, right? We had a strict. After that, it was up to ICE and Department of Homeland Security to take over these various things, and these were strict rules. Why? Because it's not allowed to have active duty military operating inside the country.
Wait, were you allowed to operate in the what's it called, like the constitutional free zone or something?
Well, along the border part, we would have they put boundaries on that, right? But that was just the nature of the operation. It was, limited with weaponry, limited with a lot of stuff, right? We spent most of our time down in the border, down by Nogales, just hanging out, fucking doing dumb shit, right? But we found, little some things. What a funny thing! They were a trebuchet. This blip kept popping up on the low altitude radar, and we were sent to go figure out what it was. And it was the cartel had built a treb on their side of the border, and they were launching bales of cannabis over the border. So we had to notify our Mexican partners for the federales to go over there and fucking deal with it and shit. But it was pretty funny, it was like made the news.
Oh, I think I might have actually heard of that story.
But they were doing all kinds of like silly stuff, like flying there's the trebuchet thing. There was like aeroflight gliders that would like glide over low altitude and drop like bundles, right, for people to pick up.
You find any tunnels?
No, we didn't do the tunnel stuff. With the Coyotes, there was like a lot of, I can talk about it. Like their actions resulted in the discovering of insiders that worked inside the institutions that enabled the moving of drugs, right? So there was a lot of like big busts, a lot of people went down. But those were people on our side that had infiltrated like certain institutions. I won't name.
Was that during like the Bush?
No, this was Obama administration.
Oh, okay. So, I've heard about when they did the troop surge for the Bush administration.
No, this was inside the United States. This was, mainly just we were mainly just down there to do train up.
It's interesting.
It was cold as fuck though. Oh my god, it's so fucking cold.
Wait, cold at the U.S.-Mexico border?
Yeah, because you're in the fucking mountains, dude. Altitude is cold, bro. It's still cold.
I'm a city slicker. I don't know shit. Actually, I guess I do live in one of the coldest parts of Australia because it's mountainous, so I do know things. That's very interesting. And we just fucking own this map.
We're just PPTing and chatting. It's just killing time. You just drag it out the time because I'm pretty much done by now. I can't believe I even tagged up today. This is bad. Tagged up clothes. Look at all these fucking cloud, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy.
I mean, it's either I talk about politics or I write an essay about politics.
If that's what you want to talk about, right? And whatever.
You have very interesting experience.
I got some fucked up views for sure, right? So.
I don't know about that. As long as you don't just start.
I seem very nice, but
I remember something.
I would side very quickly with the dark side, right?
Rika, I remember something. You remember the time where Kiji sent the prolapse thing?
Oh, he sent that to me too.
Prolapse what?
The prolapse picture?
Oh, the guy with the prolapsed eye?
No. We were. That's why I asked. It was a vaginal prolapse.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And oh, you don't remember that now.
Oh no, he sent me a photo of someone lying on the ground of a toilet with shit everywhere.
Ah.
It was really weird. He was like, people think.
He sent you what?
No, no.
Yeah,
Oh.
he said people think I'm nice, but I'm actually really fucked up. And I was like, okay, bro. And then he
Dude,
sent me that.
He's a kid, bruh.
He's older than me.
He's a kid, bruh. He's barely
I ain't
living
a
on his
kid.
own.
I'm an adult.
You're going through college. You're trying to learn. You're gonna get learned. All right, we're going one shot quickly for the mortar before he turns it. Ready? 3, 2. Build here. Shoot the mortars!
Yeah, if you can drink in America, you're an adult.
Ah! No, not that mortar, you fucker. Use the one that's low. No, shoot the mortar that's like really low. There you go.
I'm like, okay, I'll shoot.
Like, not that mortar. No, let's go this way. It's okay. It most probably won't matter.
I was just. I remember.
He said, shoot the mortar.
I remember that time because I said that I saw it in medical school.
Yeah, find out how many more.
And no one picked up on that. So yeah.
Oh man. I mean,
yeah, I saw it. It was I think it was a 70-year-old lady who had 11 children.
oh, prolapse uterus. Oh well, yeah. I mean,
Whoa.
that's like the lady
Yeah.
that did. There's a TV show like was it like 12 and counting, or was it 24 and counting? I forget what it was, but like this person had like tons of children. And, like
Quicker.
Like the
It's
last
quicker
one's
to have
like
it for that.
literally you have too many, you're gonna, you know what I mean, like literally like cough that kid out but also drop your uterus at the same time. Like, well done.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cringe, dude.
Bruh, there are so many kids that need adoption. At that point, you just gotta be like,
The worst part is that yeah, like literally so many kids, but like the youngest is like raising the oldest is raising the youngest because the parents are like around, and quite famously like one of the older siblings, a male, it turned out that he was of course like sexually abusing his fucking sisters.
oh
right?
no.
So, just terrible
that's
shit, right? Looks like tennis, so we gotta go home, Gary. We gotta go home, Gary, folks.
We're going.
We leaving.
Is there any Australian TV that's popular in America?
No.
I don't know. I think so.
Fuck my life. Y'all aren't as cool as the British. They love our shit TV.
You know, as a kid, I watched Neighbours. That was on TV. That show was
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
utter garbage. What was the other one? Carly Minogue. Yeah, she was like. And then there
She's a
was
bit
like.
of a weirdo.
I think the only thing that Americans really identify with Australia is like Mick Dundee, that Crocodile Dundee dude.
Oh yeah, I never watched that.
That's
Neighbours
the only.
I always had to watch the end of Neighbours while I was waiting for my cartoons to start. And I always was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Wait, does Steve Irwin count as Australian?
Oh, yeah.
He's dead now.
No, but yeah. Steve Irwin.
He
doesn't
lost the
count.
fight to a
Stingray.
Stingray.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Quite bad, actually.
Yeah, my friend's got a very controversial opinion in Australia that Steve Owen basically had it coming because he would fuck with animals. And I'm like, don't say that opinion to like most Australians because it's not gonna go over well.
Not a go over well at all. Right.
He's a like a vegetarian animal lover type.
Where were they coming in at? Watergate?
I'm checking
Wait.
it now.
Yeah, I see them. I don't want to get too close because. Alright, waiting for numbers. Okay, let's go. They're coming up the stairs now. I guess.
One golem, one siege down, and it's not yet built.
Yeah, come in here. I'm just gonna push out and kill it. Just push out, pulling them.
Murder, murder, murder.
No, they don't kill anybody. They don't kill anybody. Where's our friend? Where's our little lion friend here? There you go. Like 5 people, dude.
We have a bunch of like border force shows about basically our version of the TSA that is for some reason is extremely popular in the UK. It's
Oh,
so
we
weird.
have a little like NCIS and shit like that, right?
Well, but this is like a reality TV show.
Oh,
NCIS plays all the fucking time on our TV. It's so annoying.
Reality TV shows is disgusting.
Yeah.
Right, I mean, like you mean like Big Brother or like
No, it's like
what
it's
is it,
literally just
Survivor
following.
or whatever. Like fuck
Yeah.
that shit. It's horrible.
This one is literally just following like our version of the TSA around as they are. It's kind of like Cops, but for the TSA. For some reason, the British love it.
Mark
Right, the
saying
Kardashians.
keeping up with the Kardashians.
Oh god, that's a horrible show. Oh god, Kardashians are like no one fucking cares about the fucking Kardashians. The only people that care about that shit are fucking
Dude, everyone cares about them.
Sorry.
Even if you hate them, you care about them because you're talking
No,
about them. Every time
really
you
don't.
mention
I
them,
really don't.
every
You're
time
like-
you mention them, every time you mention them,
Well, it's-
you let them win.
True. But like, you got to think
Mhm.
about like who they are, right? Like, Mama Jenna's nobody, right?
She's-
The other one that became a woman was an Olympic athlete, but he was only the
She's
father. He wasn't the father of the Kardashians. He was just
She's
later
a piece
on.
of shit. How can you be a trans woman and
And a
anti-gay marriage? Oh, and a Trump.
Yeah, and a Trumper, right? Yeah, I know, right? Self-hate,
like-
my friend. Self-hate.
It's like, you know, the people that don't want gay marriage also think you're not a human, right? Like, come on. Fucking
One
stupid.
thing that I will give the
Yeah, Mark, I
Kardashians-
blame you. I blame you, Mark.
The one thing I would give the Kardashians some credit, and that is that they are Armenian, and they're very big about bringing attention to the Armenian massacre perpetrated by the Turks,
yeah.
and maintaining that memory of that. And they're big on that, which is huge because, of course, you mention Armenian massacre to the Turks, and they're like, "Fuck
A
no,
massacre.
we didn't do that. How dare you? We're gonna cut your balls off if you say that, right?" Like,
I mean, the Armenian situation or whatever.
yeah, the Armenian fucking denazification. Oh wait, it was a bit before that time, but still.
Kim actually has done some. Kim's done some good work for like criminal justice and whatever, but the way she did it was a bit weird.
Man,
I mean, if you're
that
famous,
is- when
She
you
could do nothing.
look at the person that they petitioned for was like a huge fucking like. No, I'm sorry, that was like that Coke lady, Coke queen. I'm sorry, like.
Mm, I remember one of them, which was pretty like the one she petitioned Trump to was fine.
Is there a need for judicial reform in the United States? Most definitely.
Obviously,
is
it's
Kim
not going to come
Kardashian the
from
leader of that? No.
but
Absolutely
like-
not.
She could be doing nothing, and her caring about criminal advocacy is some sort of mark for her.
I'm sorry, she has no talent. She has no hold,
That
no
is-
influence.
that is
No
true.
influence other than like branding for like sex
Mm.
tape and like liposuction or whatever the fucking is going on with her. But if you,
Yeah.
I mean, that whole family is a fucking train wreck, right?
I think one of the most
Ass implants.
The-
Yeah, literally, like look at befores and afters. Like, I don't want to be like shocked on the image, but they're not like the Kennedys, for fuck's sake, right? They're not like a family that's actually done
Oh, yeah,
something
they-
or have a history of philanthropy or. Right?
That's true. I
So,
think
like
the
beforehand,
fact that
rich people would do things for philanthropy. They had so much money, they would build buildings and entire fucking cities and museums and all these great things, right? And help infrastructure, build like fucking houses for the poor. Instead, now they want to go to the moon or ride in a rocket or fucking like get ass implants, right? Buy a fucking ranch in fucking Wyoming. Because
Montana.
fucking that guy, who's that? Her husband, the Kanye guy, dude.
Oh,
That guy is what a fucking nut job, man.
yeah.
Uh,
Kanye really needs to take his fucking
fuck him,
meds.
dude. Right, take his meds. Exactly. You're bipolar, bud. Take your meds. Fucking get a fucking grip.
He's like,
But
he
it-
said that he isn't actually bipolar and that he was misdiagnosed and was
Sure.
actually just sleep deprived. And it's like, bro, you are having a manic episode very publicly.
Is that
like,
why his fucking new girlfriend looks exactly like fucking a little fucking shitty fucking whore version of fucking Kim Kardashian, who already is a fucking hoe? Get out of here, man. You're families, bunch of hoes. You a hoe. Fucking look at Kanye, dude. You think that guy was fucking? I'm so happy that fucking Kardashian fucking left his ass. Like, good,
Yeah.
tough shit, dude. Like, was probably weren't the greatest of fucking people to begin with. A whole version of Kim, yeah, I know, right? Oxymoron almost. But there was that. There's a big court case going on right now with against her brother
Depp.
Rob
Oh, okay.
and somebody named China, Black China.
Black China? Is that out?
Yeah,
What-
supposedly
what
they
was
should,
that?
like pulled a gun. There's some sort of like one of those drama cases going on in the courts. China the wrestler.
Well,
No, I think that one
American?
died. Yeah, she did
Yeah,
rest in peace.
she
That's
died.
right.
Oh yeah.
right.
So be
Rooney-
careful taking those fucking.
Rooney,
First of all, getting fucking steroids, right? Stupid.
The American wrestling world
Did
is
porn
surprisingly
then
dangerous. Like a lot of wrestlers just straight up die from either mental issues or the physical issues they sustain in the ring.
Yeah, the old ones, yeah. Now,
Well,
I
I think
think it's a little bit better.
Not
with
understanding
the-
TBI, I think, is those people get they're often coming from another sport. They've already got some sort of form of traumatic brain injury underlying that CTE,
Yeah.
chronic traumatic encephaly. That releases that. That's an issue.
Now
What's the guy
they're
in shot? I'm sorry, go on.
sorry. Now they're trying to lessen the chair shots and stuff. So they're trying to lessen the blows to the head and things.
That's good.
Right.
What's
And
the
that's-
leader of the? What's the guy that owns the WWE call again?
Vince McMahon.
Oh, Vince McMahon.
That guy's a cunt.
Yeah, he's
like,
terrible.
straight shit cunt.
Dude. Him and his wife. Well, is his wife. That was she was like the.
Yeah,
She
she's
got an op-
something
she got a
about the
pos-
visor
she's-
of.
She
Yeah.
became a small business advisor during the last
Yeah.
administration, right? There's some shady
Yeah.
Oh,
shit going on right there, right?
Oh, I mean, him and Trump are friends, so that makes sense.
Right, yeah, exactly, right? Because he was like, I'm a tough guy, let me go do this fucking stage shit, right? All the memes,
Trump
dude.
is in WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, exactly, right? Another a fake Hall of Fame for a fake fucking thing, right?
Well, they're the biggest wrestling promotion, so yeah.
I don't know what to say, right? I don't know what to say. But I did like The Rock, right? But I didn't really care for the fucking WWE per se. But there's been some interesting people that have come out of that. Was it Stone Cold Steve Austin was one?
Yeah.
Fucking The Rock, The Undertaker. Fucking
Jesse
interesting
the,
shit. back
Jesse
in
the
day.
Body Ventura became a
Yeah.
governor.
Governor, right? And he was fucking dude. Dude, that guy was he was a good governor. If I remember rightly, he was actually
Yeah.
really good.
Was he
He
better
was
than
trying-
Arnold?
He was trying to
Yeah,
push
Arnold
for
was a terrible
unionization for
Yeah.
wrestlers.
Good.
Oh.
And someone, I think Hulk Hogan outed him.
Hulk Hogan, dude,
Yeah.
that guy.
Is that the
guy.
guy that? Is that the guy with the really unfortunate facial hair?
Yeah.
Who?
yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
I mean,
Yeah.
guys, he became he was a good guy, super good guy back in the, was it the 80s when it first started or whatever? And it became first massive, and then he eventually morphed into a Dark Hogan or whatever, became the bad guy. It's all the theatrics. But then he did a reality TV show and some weird shit, dude.
Yeah, and the Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy's it's like New World Order Hogan. Yeah, no shit. No shit, sweet sir.
Yeah, yes, Mark. Wolfpack for life. The one with Nash. And Paul and Nash, yeah.
Wolfpack for life. Alright, we'll run
America's
over
got
the hill.
Yeah,
America's
true.
sports culture is pretty interesting, but the one sport I gotta say fucking sucks is baseball. Holy shit, that is
You
so boring.
Wait, okay. Oh, whoa.
And before you say cricket, yes,
Whoa, whoa,
cricket
whoa,
sucks
whoa.
as well.
Yeah, okay, rounders, boy. You know what I mean? You stick
I
to your
played-
rounders, right?
Cricket and baseball are the same. They're just both boring sports where you sit. They might be fun
Wait,
to play, but
wait,
to watch
what-
it so
Very
you just sit.
strategic.
What
They are
sport
strategic,
do you
like
watch?
cricket.
What sport do you watch?
I don't really watch any sport, to be fair.
Okay.
But if I would, it would be
Just saying.
rugby or
We're
football.
literally just saying, don't have a go at an Australian for Steve Irwin.
Yeah, Aussie rules
And
like.
then you come in here and you have a go
Or
at baseball to an American.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That and football, American football.
Ah,
I don't practice what I preach.
Same,
yeah, fair play,
almost.
fair play, fair play.
I don't practice what I preach.
To be fair, when I watched baseball, I was underage and
time.
couldn't drink.
What are you dying at?
Yeah, that's the key. You're missing a key
Dying.
component.
Oh, okay, you didn't die.
I CC'd the Spectre. Come back to the Spectre. Come back.
Cricket's a great usage. Yeah, so is rugby. Rugby's like the only sport you can drink beer and play. There's actually been some amazing games going on right now.
Oh yeah? Who?
The European Cup, like Munster and Toulouse just had a fucking crazy game. London Irish and Leicester. The women's rugby 15s has been fucking pretty amazing to watch lately. There was women's Six Nations.
Australia is really good in women's rugby, right?
That's New Zealand, right? I mean, there's a lot. Women's rugby has come long leaps and bounds in the last 20 years. Like it's been just massive development. The athletes
In
have
the last
just
5.
right in the last 5. Exact. Well, last 5, it's really taken off with the support of the men. Right, they've really got behind it in a big way.
For sure.
And the whole family of rugby has just blossomed out of that.
That's good.
Oh, they went
No.
in. They went in.
I remember the first ad I ever saw for women's rugby was lingerie rugby, and it's definitely come a long way since then.
Lingerie rugby. They did something like that in lingerie American football. They tried to do like women's
Vince
fucking
McMahon-
American.
Vince McMahon ran it. He owned
Right.
the series.
Oh
You
yeah.
can't just have talent right on their own. We have to like sexualize them because fucking
Ah, man, in fairness,
women and all that shit, right? Just have to get better ratings, right?
Now
They-
they're doing
They
better
couldn't
with
just
the,
have their own. They couldn't just be skillful in their own right, right?
Yeah, now they're doing better with the women's wrestlers, but yeah,
Okay.
the wrestling in the
Well,
90s.
because people
Yeah.
bottom line is, you might, be a little bit like, ooh, how's your mum? Like, bit of like whatever, but bottom line, you got kids, your family, you got to get with it, right? Fucking half the world. You can't fucking you can't just, fuck that. It's terrible. I'm so glad that I'm so proud of the way rugby has really taken in and really taken off and supported the women side of the sport.
It's great.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic, and they get paid, and you get paid properly too, right? So
Australia's football team is pretty dog shit, but apparently our women's team is actually really good.
same with your
Cool.
basketball. Your men's basketball team is pretty shite, but your women's
Yeah.
basketball
Team.
players are fucking talent.
Full team was alright a few years ago. Actually,
Yeah.
that's probably shame. You go back, yeah.
Well, it's just hard to get them all together, right? I mean, you're not going to be able to compete. It's hard to compete
Uh,
with something like
the
US
women's-
basketball.
The women's football for Aussie, it's the Matildas, right?
You talking about soccer? You talking about Aussie football?
Nah, football isn't soccer.
I'm talking about football, mate. If I'm talking about AFL, I say AFL.
Oh, okay.
No one watches AFL, man.
Is there women AFL? Is that something, or is that still fucking all mainly just donks running
I
around?
don't really know. I've
Nah, it's
seen a
mostly
couple.
dudes.
I've seen a
When I-
couple AFL games live. It's
When I-
very good.
When I visited Australia, I enjoyed watching AFL games.
Yeah, they're
If you know
great
what's
games to
going on,
see
if
live.
you know what's going on, it's like holy
fine.
shit, right? It's pretty amazing. Like
It is the
some of those
only
dudes kick some of
sport-
them. Fucking amazing kicking. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck?
What is happening? It is the
Yeah,
only
what
sport
is going
where they
on?
had where I've seen a final that ended in a draw, so they come back the following day and play the match again.
What? That's
And that
insane.
was on a Sunday, so they came back on the Monday and went again. It's like imagine, like I mean, like Sweet.
playing a rugby game the day after playing a rugby game, I'll be
Yeah,
fucking
you'd be
broken.
mangled. Yeah.
My legs don't work after a game. Literally can't stand on my own legs. Like,
And
the
that's like a
lock,
full
the lock in me
MCG.
is just done.
Full MCG crowd, and you're just like, oh yeah, let's just do it all again. Sweet. Good.
My mate and I, the guy I used to lock with, we used to like prop ourselves up at the bar and just stand there. People be like, "Can you move?" And you'd be like, "Actually, no, I can't. Sorry, my legs just shaking just standing here. I need to sit down." If you
love
don't know
how-
what a lock is, you're
Big
it's like
boys.
engine. Big boys that make it go oomph.
Ball boys.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the tall boys, the big boys are the
big,
props.
yeah. All the work, none of the love, none of the glory.
Ne- And then the flankers are the lean boys.
And then the 8-man is the fucking prima
Veteran.
donna.
And then all the backs are the pretty boys.
I
I don't want to get there.
I've been watching
Face all
some
messed
recent
up.
highlights. Like there was this under 20s England guy, amazing 111-yard run for a try. It was pretty tight. Just happened. Just
That's
watched
cool.
that. This up and coming guy.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate here now. They advertise, they show like schoolboy. Catch you later, Spin. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Spin.
They,
Bye.
they'll do like first 15 representative through high school, so you get that televised in New Zealand because that's
Oh, wow.
we're all rugby mad here. So that's quite cool.
Damn.
You see a whole
Hell
bunch
yeah.
of guys before they're famous.
Bye. Have a great time.
That's why you guys beat us all the time.
Well, I mean, local.
guys have more.
I don't think we will this season, to be honest.
Really?
I mean, as long as
No,
you guys
we're
are.
going backwards. They're great renaissance.
I mean, it's like American football here, right? You go down to Texas, or even around here, like Friday Night Lights, right? You're gonna have like most places, like schools get really big. It's like on local TV.
Oh, you guys do sports like properly though over there. Like everyone's in behind it. It's
Yeah, sort of like there's a lot of like the coaching is very much like it's like, but well, kind of like rugby, like what you guys have it in the way it's set up. Right?
British
Whole
still
community
do it
behind
the best. But I
Well,
feel like the
what?
British passion, like just sports in general, is way higher. Although maybe I've never been to college football games, so I don't know.
I think the
I don't know, watching
remorse
college football's
of the
pretty
British fan base is pretty apparent because they might have some passion for their teams, but they lose a lot. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So there's a lot of letdown, right? There's a lot of letdown.
That's
Um,
won't matter, mate. It's coming home.
Right, it's like supporting my uni is we love it, but there's a lot of letdown at the national level. At the high end.
I don't know what coming home, but it's coming home
Yeah,
every year without fail.
Crystal Palace are going to win the championship this year for
Crystal
sure.
Palace. Are
Crystal
you kidding
Palace.
me? We talking?
Hey.
We talking Premiership now? That's different, right?
Oh, Premiership, whatever team, whatever championship thing we're in. I don't know.
You can't
I'm
even
not a
talk about
good-
Crystal Palace. That's not even your country. You're in the wrong country, mate. Talk about your own
I was-
sport. Don't
Hey,
culturally
hey, hey.
appropriate somebody else's sport.
Cultural
Follow it.
Hey, I
Right?
was born in
What?
Beckenham, right near Crystal Palace.
What?
I can go for them.
So you're an Australian immigrant now. Just
Yes,
I,
yes.
I don't know what to say. I don't know.
I mean,
anything
I
to
was-
say to that.
I'm like an immigrant, but I immigrated when I was 2.
Just memeing, mate.
In it. I actually did an assignment about how I'm technically an immigrant, but I've never really identified as such because no one treats me like an immigrant. Like no one says, "Oh, where you from, mate?" Nah, where
White
you're
and
really
sound
from.
Australian. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the point. That was
Now, if you spoke with a British
Me-
accent, people would be like,
I ain't being naive. That's exactly the point I was making.
Yeah.
that was like my life. I'm an American citizen my whole life, but I was educated and raised in the UK, so I have slightly like bastardized British accent. I can't shake it. But I used to get like, heavy pommy undertones, and you wouldn't believe the kind of shit that I would get like 4th of July, dude. People would like,
You
just
son,
say the
you're
most
from London.
right. Well, they would say the most ridiculous things to you, right? Like I would
Of course.
be at work and people would be asking me for my
Ah,
green card and shit, right?
Of
Like
course.
just
4th of
The
July.
fuck?
the xenophobic,
Oh.
the xenophobic hatred that was on display by Americans is like
Yeah, but there's like
it
pockets.
Are
doesn't
you
matter
white?
what color your skin is. I am white, yeah.
Nah,
It doesn't
there's,
matter.
like, pockets
My
of
family-
Americans that just
My
need
family's
someone
been
to hate.
in this country for a long time, many generations, right? I'm not saying we're natives or anything, but many generations, and then just to get that kind of.
Many of us behind you there, freak.
Yeah. Watch out! We're gonna push up on this. He's got catters. I'm just gonna bully them until y'all get here.
I'll keep you alive with this fucking. Oh, that is a lot of content.
Oh, it's a lot of condi. Shit.
Wait, come here. I can clean them all.
There we go. We're just gonna bomb on these guys. Wait for everybody to come here. All the tails coming in now. Get off of me. So much condi.
No,
fucks. But it's like, it is a thing, or it very much is a thing, right? And it was interesting to experience that. It really jaded my, like, I don't say it jaded my patriotism, not at all, but it just kind of was very eye-opening, right? So I can, to experience that when you just be like, what? Like, why would you say that to me? Like, and it'd be weird because they'd like insult the Queen thinking that I would be like, give a fuck. It was like, why would you, first of all, why would you insult that person? And secondly, you're just doing it to try to get a raise out of me.
I think no one hates the Queen quite like English people. Actually, no, Scottish and Irish people.
Okay, yeah, Scottish people and Welsh people have a very much a reason to fucking deal with the monarchy and what Britain did, right?
If you're like a leftist English person as well, you're probably gonna hate the Queen.
Well, they hate the monarchy. I mean, we don't hate the Queen per se, but hate the monarchy maybe. Not just like the monarchy. But it's Flacid's richest person paying more taxes now than ever have. But if you look at Prince Andrew and the Epstein fucking cabottle and what happened, the fallout from that, I don't think it was enough, right? That guy should have...
Fucking nonsense, mate.
Right. Well, he shouldn't have just swept that under the rug, right? Well, we're going to take away his royal title. Like, fuck. Dude, look what they did to Prince Harry, right? Because look at Meghan, his wife.
The crime of marrying a black woman.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
no.
And then when he had a kid, the papers put out like the tabloids are putting out things like monkey wrapped in blanket type shit, right?
Yeah.
Because making memes on his kid. That is a problem. The inherent institutional racism of British people is an issue. It's a huge issue, and I know that.
Were those
for
the
a
Murdoch
fact.
tabloids?
Well, that too, right? But I know that for a fact that there's issues. Let's go back to EPG now.
Yeah.
And until you address it, it's an issue,
I mean,
right? Because it's a disgrace. Because there's plenty of fucking colored people and people of various races or ethnic origins originally that are now 100% British and completely patriotic and supportive and serving the nation. And you know what I mean? It's you can't use the color of your skin as your nationality anymore to hide behind it. Bullshit.
When you own like half the world, there are definitely going to be some leftover ideas that need to be addressed in order to move on as a country.
Well, not even that. The nation itself, I said Britain, so I say America to a certain extent too, the brain drain, right? America brain drained the Philippines for quite a while. A lot of Filipinos came to America, right? Professionals.
We're still doing it here.
Our brightest and greatest.
Right, brightest and the greatest go to America, right?
Oh yeah, a lot of nurses
brightest
as well,
and the greatest. Right, nurses too, right? Yeah, big time.
My cousin's there. She's a doctor there.
Right.
Western New York. In Western New York.
Yeah.
And don't blame them, right? Don't blame them for wanting to get better future and do stuff and go to somewhere where they can be the top of their field. I got that.
I only recently found out that.
Did that. Go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say after the wars, right? After World War I and II, and quite generally, like the empire, you know, the brain drain has collapsed as the colonialism collapsed after World War II. But a lot of people moved to facilitate. They needed doctors, they needed professionals, they even needed people just to able-bodied people just to fucking like sweep the streets, literally. So they brought people in from the West Indies and all this stuff. Opened up immigration, all this stuff. So now they have this backlash of what it means to be British or what it means to be American, and it has to be like fit this mold is bullshit, and we all know it.
That's true. It was only very recently that I found out that America was had imperial. I don't know what the exact relationship was, but they had like an imperial relationship with the Philippines. And
Yeah,
it's
we were taken as a colony as a gateway towards China.
Oh, so was it like a full colony?
Yeah, it was. It was for
Full-
a while.
Full, yep.
It's like I thought America was more about just like pretending that there's some sort of sovereignty
No, no.
while
No,
uh,
no.
No.
It was really,
Ah.
yeah. It was
we
like
still
a
have
Commonwealth.
Micronesia.
Commonwealth. Yeah.
We still have like the American Virgin Islands. Like, there's like a lot of like shit.
yeah. Hawaii as well.
Hawaii. Oh, let's not even get
Puerto Rico.
into Hawaii, dude. Hawaii is this whole different thing, right? Hawaii was
Puerto Rico,
goal, and they like fucking destroyed the monarchy, the existing of destroying a sovereign nation by the corporations to take over and destabilize that country, and then its later incorporation into the United States, because it's only a state for one reason, and that's for fucking strategic purposes, right? Now, of course, it's very much America, but at the time,
Yeah,
So
but
it's-
no.
Like an
Yeah.
example of ethnic cleansing almost, where you're not actually like murdering people. Like you're just
I wouldn't say
Like
ethnic.
that.
You just, you know what I mean?
it's like you've got
They've
they've
It's more of
replaced
like cultural. They
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like
Yeah,
it's
cultural
cultural-
assassination.
Yeah.
yeah,
Ethnic
and it's how
cleansing has very dark undertones.
that is true, but it's like that's what I'm saying. It's an example of a certain type of like a cultural erasure, I guess.
hmm That's what the Spaniards did to the Philippines before Americans came.
Yeah,
Like with the whole "be Christian or die" type of thing.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. The conquistadors, yeah, very much so. I mean,
That's why all of South America is Christian, pretty much. Or Catholic.
yeah, it's you have to be more specific.
Is there like any remnants of pre-Columbian religion really around?
Yeah,
South
very
America?
much so. There's certain states like Brazil, Bolivia,
No, that's
have
cool.
a huge, like the predominant of their makeup of their population is like a lot of it is like ethnic, indigenous tribes, and so we're gonna go Jeffers.
It's really cool.
And so the rise of that, but that's also tempered by the far right religious extremists, almost like a
Oh, yeah.
dominionist, like Bolsonaro in Brazil.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, very much so. He's a authoritarian dominionist, right? Him and his ilk, they believe they're chosen by God to lead Brazil, and blah 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 blah. I hope he loses in his next election that's coming up. Brazil deserves that much. Thank you for the food.
Yeah. Bolsonaro is such a piece of shit. It's
Wait, do you want
It's
me to
just
drop
very
the spiced one?
Somebody drop some spiced food right here.
It's sesame.
Oh shit! Yeah. Well, what the fuck is that?
Okay. I need food anyway. So
That is
Beside
some
you.
horrible food, dude. Thank you.
beside you.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, what is these
Thank
stats? I should do. I guess we'll do power food here too. Hang on.
It's so weird how many of the new specs have like Spectre and Vindicator. They do so much healing without any healing power investment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
had a
very
Spectre one
interesting
time.
choice.
Traded in healing, and it was the amount of barrier that he could apply on me
It's
was
retarded.
insane. It was ridiculous.
Actually, retarded.
I was doing that for Alex last night. I was like keeping him alive. As
Honestly,
he was, like,
it's so annoying to hear that
outnumbered.
constantly going. It's like, all right, Spectre, calm down. Calm down, please.
I remember when the Spectre joined our squad. And you were
That's all I could hear. Like, thank you, Spectre. Thank you, Spectre. Thank you,
Thank
Spectre.
you,
That's
thank you.
right. Thank you very much. It just kept on going.
Yeah. I found
Supply.
Ome Atramento seems to be enjoying the Spectre commanding pretty much.
Spectre commanding.
yeah.
Why would you command on a Spectre?
I mean, he used to command on a Daredevil, now he commands on a Spectre.
Okay, so I guess if you were, you
Nickname.
experienced with commanding on that, then I could see that. But
Like the coordinated
Daredevil.
Shadowfall is
I
pretty
don't know
good. I
why.
mean,
It's like derpy. It's like Droglin
I-
commanding.
he does this thing. I think he's he commands like early morning for you guys. Last night he was on at like 2 a.m. for me, whenever that is for you.
It's around
I don't know what
12,
time it is. Lunchtime.
12 Eastern.
Oh no,
Okay.
it's like 9 in the morning.
Yeah. And it's always interesting when when neither Raw, Us, or Cool are tagged up, just seeing like the different people.
Oh yeah, Southeast.
Usually around that time, it's it's a vote tag, Devere. And
Oh yeah, I see
Atramento.
the verse as well.
Yeah.
It's
Atramento, they're the ones who usually tag out around that time.
it's very interesting.
I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, the coin is of in itself like mainly North American, Canadians, and Americans, but we have a large.
Oh, you
amount
forgot
of
the Aussies, mate.
We have a lot.
Ah, there we go.
A lot of
You
these
also,
people. We have
also
so
have
many
a Southeast Asian.
Southeast Asians and just so many. Oh, just everywhere. I mean, we're pretty international. I think it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it does.
I
help
mean, it
you
makes-
run at odd hours.
I was about to say.
True, I run out some odd hours, but it makes it interesting because what was it like? Somebody asked me about like, what's this thing with Biden Hunter's laptop or something, right? Like, and I'm like, no one fucking cares about that. But like the TV in that country had been playing it like it was some sort of like massive thing. Right? It's just
Oh yeah.
What country is that?
it's here.
Probably here.
Oh, okay.
But they were asking. I forget what it was like. I think it was Paul or somebody was asking me like,
Yeah.
is that a thing? And I'm like, not really. Like, I mean, yeah, but no one really. It's just fucking like right. It just shows like the messaging that you get exposed to, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
In
our
various
news
nations, and that's kind of interesting in it itself.
Our news blows everything out of proportion.
Yeah, like comparing notes, like literally, like comparing notes.
Oh, I was going to ask, Sweet, what are you from Southeast Asia? I keep seeing you around Southeast Asian prime time.
Who are you asking?
Sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, Thailand. Okay.
Nice.
I want to go to Thailand. Seems like a nice place.
I'm from the Philippines.
I've never had the opportunity, but I would go in a heartbeat.
Philippines also would be very nice to go to.
It's
I'm gonna wait till the
warm and
election,
humid.
and I'm gonna wait and see what the election
Wait till
does
the
before I go.
elections.
They had like
Yeah, that's fair.
they had this last president who was a bit fucking. So
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I mean, I would not be doing any drugs in the Philippines. I would be
Nope.
purely just enjoying the scenery.
General cleaning is from Cebu. Nice. It's
Watch
one of
whales
our
talk. Nice.
one of our better islands.
Okay.
See, like, I could fly to Hawaii, and I'll never have to leave the United States, right? Actually, the borders. So I can go to paradise, no problem.
I went to Fiji once and found it really nice, but it was very much like just chilling in a resort. So I'd like to go somewhere where I'm like older and can actually experience the culture.
But the gap in Fiji between like the very rich and the very poor is huge.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of those
So,
island
like,
nations.
you go out into like outside of the resort.
Hawaii is the same way.
Yeah,
You go to Hawaii, you have these fucking because the land there's only so much land.
Yep.
So there's like what's his name? Even the Facebook idiot bought that island, right? Try to keep it from him. Yeah, he tried to keep it from himself, right? Look, locals went nuts, dude. They fucking hate that dickhead. He want to put up a wall and all this stupid shit, dude.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
hmm
Zuckerberg.
That guy who gives himself a bowl cut haircut, like you could be that much money and you get that kind of haircut. I just like blows my mind. Like you couldn't come up with some style in there somewhere. Like,
I don't get all these fucking like really rich people that have decided to be like really public. Like if I was super rich, I would just be, no one would know about me. I would just chill out in the background. Like if you're just extremely public facing, everyone's gonna fucking hate you. Especially if you're like a
Yeah, what's
weirdo
the-
piece of shit.
What's the point of having money if you don't have like fucking money that you can rub in people's
Problem is, yeah, the
faces.
problem is a lot of the people that get very extremely wealthy obviously suffer from like extreme narcissism and fucking have a lot of like
It's not like
personality
Elon Musk has
issues.
money.
Yeah, like so they almost can't help themselves, but
It's not enough to just have the money. You have to be able to point out to other people that you
have
sorry,
the
you're
money.
getting off there.
well, and then you want say it's a certain policy that's like blocking your interests. So then you have to lobby, or you're doing like for your own, maybe for your own business interests, and so you get like immersed in politics, and then a lot of it's just.
Where you get pulled before the courts because you're selling people's information.
Wow. There was a decision at a Supreme Court in the United States called Citizens United, and that allowed for dark money to exist in politics without being accountable.
Oh,
Corporations
so
are
that's the one-
people, bro.
You were talking about it. It's like the worst kind of lobbying, right? It's like lobbying the worst.
It's
Corporations are people.
corporations are people, right? They have the ability. They pretty much they have the same rights as an individual, and
sweet.
can exist under dark money and privacy laws.
Bye.
Bye, sweet.
Gotta go.
sweet.
Bye.
Bye, Goldie.
You have to, Goldie. Bye. I love that fucking shit.
It's so weird. They have the same rights as a corporation, but they don't have the same. Sorry, they have the same rights as a person, but not the same responsibilities. Which is just very
To an
silly.
extent. I mean, I might summarize it. Might be a little bit wrong on my summation, but
Actually, before you do that, I'm going to shoot out as well. Have a good night, guys.
Alright. Bye.
Bye, Mark.
Bye.
Ochi is. Bye. Have a great time. Ochi died up there. Oh,
I was about to
Yeah,
go soon as
meanies.
well, and now I just gonna feel like
meanies,
a
dude. Break it
a
in.
follower.
I'm not gonna lie, I've just been laying back in my chair vegetating on YouTube.
Right. Alright. I don't blame you. Then. We ain't doing anything else, man.
My screen just started flashing. I was like, oh, well, they're coming back anyways.
We'll come res you. Don't worry.
My heroes.
Really?
I can
Nice-
be your
nice pull.
hero, baby.
Oh, what is that? Why would you disable?
Oh no, I think it's done.
Oh, they're PPTing on
It flipped.
Red BL, and something's attacking SMC. I don't care. You flip, motherfucker. What do you get some
Is Rep-
supply from the camp real quick?
Is Rethu still in the guild?
Is coming
Yeah,
back in the
I think so.
maybe.
I haven't seen him in ages.
I was in
Yeah.
rages not since that one night. I figure he's just been busy, or he just kind of waiting to recover. Long recovery.
Hey, there's one RAM not being used. There's two RAM not being used. Wow.
I just get in supply and come back. Ooh, hello.
I've got to do an essay. I should.
Oh.
There you go. That's what I'm
Wow.
feeling that too.
Oh, some sexy essay music.
We got like how much time on this thing? 3-minute RI. Oh god. I don't know if I even want to deal with it. We'll go to
We're just
Cloven
going
and
to
come
rest
back.
Pochi.
Yeah, we're gonna break into Res Pochi. It's pretty much what we're doing.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna head off now. See ya.
Bye.
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 I'm outlasting the fucking Aussies. That you know it's time to call it. Bye. So cute.
It's only 2 a.m. now.
Oh, bruh. It's true. It is only 2 a.m. But there's nothing going on.
Oh, I accidentally unlocked the collection for Aurora. Now I'm doing it.
Oh yeah.
I needed the converter for the ascended materials that we don't really use.
For sure that we don't. Yeah, can we just gobble them up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. Hurry, guys. I only got 2 minutes.
We're coming.
It's
The
down,
gate's
it's
here.
down. Okay, it's
Operation Rescue Pochi is on. Let's go. Pochi.
Gee.
Pochi. Oh, kill the guards off. I'll draw the aggro from the Lord for a bit. Draw him away here because he can't help but love me. Alright,
Yep,
Pochi's
he's
up.
My
He's up.
heroes.
Did it! Yay! All right, off the Cloven.
Okay.
So we're gonna. I'm gonna. Oh, Red's over there too.
All right, well,
Something-
guys, good night. I'm just kidding.
Thanks for the res. I'm out of here. All right, everybody go here though, and then we're gonna run to Durius and then EBG, and if they're all clear, then I most probably will call it there.
So grass supplies.
Oh, there's no. I thought Durius was being hit.
Oh, it's funny. Okay.
No, there's no swords on it yet. And Bebop left. Oh man, you know it's the end of the night.
We outlast the machines.
Yeah, we outlasted the machines, right? Talking our crazy shit.
It's okay. It's just the Skynet practice. That's all it is.
Yeah.
We're all just going to talk about politics.
Oh man, it's tiring.
Even the machines get a gun, pull the trigger themselves.
Right, I might do that. Dude. Oh, bless him. He's like, but he's a poli-sci major, right?
Yeah.
So it's all talking about politics, this whole fucking thing. So entertain the younger man. It's nice to get. I like to get different perspectives, right?
Yeah.
I might maybe voice too much of my own opinions that may be wrong or fucking misguided.
We also learn about new things, so it's okay. Nice.
I like learning about each other, honestly. Everybody's opinion is very valid. It represents so many different countries here. So.
We just need to look for a European guy or girl.
Right, where's Unreal? It is. He's probably at work. It's
someone someone living in Africa.
Oh my goodness, we need somebody from South Africa.
Yeah.
Or wherever, right? Somewhere.
Yeah.
Alright, there's nothing here. SMC didn't recontest. I think that's it, my friends. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Thanks.
Thank you for you.
Thank you.
But I'm not diamond yet.
Oh, tomorrow, my friend.
Tomorrow.
There's always tomorrow.
It's true.
Plus, there's Whiskey Raid. We're just not doing anything but PPT, which is fine. Just get everybody their pips and stuff, but kind of fucked up the score. Oops.
Dang, we're all
Oh
done.
well, we was gonna go up sooner or later, so whatever.
Were you even actually here, Mel?
Yeah, were you here?
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
That's a no.
That's a no. Like logged on just to play. He's like, bye.
Oh yeah, no, I was here
didn't
the whole
hear any of
time.
you guys. I did not hear you guys. Sorry.
You've been here the whole time?
Yeah, yes. It's just
I mean, you've been in Discord the whole time. Were you actually here the whole
Yeah,
time?
but you
That's
weren't
the real question.
here, were you? Right?
I was here, here and there once in a while.
What?
Damn you.
We weren't doing anything, so you didn't miss much. So
Whole 15 minutes of it. Yeah, I was there.
right. For the good content at the beginning. It's always the good content at the beginning.
You always break our toys.
All right, Mal, Monster Hunter, you ready?